welcome back to the Everwind Chronicles. We are at episode 99, which is insane. But where we last left off, the party has joined a rebellion in the country of Lyrandil after arriving, seeking information about strange characters that had been showing up that seemed to share some of the traits of the Rixa twins that they've already fought and defeated back in Carandia. So they arrived and joined the rebellion, knowing that the rebellion had information about these characters possibly, or have at least encountered them before, but also seeing the atrocities in Lyrandil happening to their people that they, we'll just say the party did not quite agree with the Crown's philosophies. So they began doing missions and a long period of training with various teachers within the rebellion. At one point doing a mission that cost them a party member, where Valen went off with one of the most powerful and well-known figures in the country of Lyrandil, known as the Ruby Judge, and was last seen walking with her unshackled and accompanying her seemingly voluntarily, leaving the party to wonder what happened. Well, the party also recently was sent on a mission to a place called the Aviary, a place that turned Bloodhawks into a messenger system, where they were able to destroy the Aviary itself, defeat an adult white dragon, raid its hoard, destroy the Aviary, and eventually discover that they were able to steal the recipe to make these Bloodhawks, thus disrupting the Crown's ability to communicate within itself. So then the party, during that mission, reunited with Zenoa, their long-lost cleric, traveled back to the new location of the rebellion, which had traveled up into the province of Garen, relocating immediately upon the news of Valen being captured or turning, or whatever it is that he did, from their perspective. And upon returning, they find that they are returning just shortly after another larger mission is returning, containing most their teachers and many other rebels, many of whom didn't return from that mission. And they have some brief exchanges with some of the teachers, report to Adris, and find that the other mission that the teachers have been on for a while, were tracking down, trying to find where the slaves are being sent. They know that sometimes the Crown, when they send these people off to renewal camps, sometimes they then sell people into slavery. They're not sure who they're selling them to or where they're going, and so they were trying to find this. They were able to track it down at great cost to themselves, raid it, and find a tunnel just going down. For hours and hours they traveled until they finally had to turn around and come back. They report this to Adris, and the party reports their great success in destroying the Aviary to Adris as well. And Adris dismisses everyone except Asura, who stays behind, and somebody else from the other mission to give further info. And at the end, notifies the party that, according to his information, the Ruby Judge has gone missing. And so, that is where we'll pick things up. So, the rest of you guys start heading out. Asura, you just stay behind and give him some...
Didn't I stay behind for it? Or did you want to stay behind?
I thought Asura did.
She had originally said, but I told them to go ahead. They had a lot to talk about.
Does it matter?
It's up to you.
I'll stay.
Don't leave anything out.
No, never.
And don't forget to tell us anything later.
Okay.
Full transparency on all things.
Full transparency.
In my head, though, I'm like, but I'm not going to tell you everything.
I mean, probably the same. Let's be honest.
Okay. So, as you and Shay stay behind, to give further details, you hear a little bit more about Shay, their mission, which is just further detail around it.
Mm-hmm.
Details about the assault and how many people, and just kind of fuller report of that mission. And one of the things you pick up from listening to this is, that Adris does mention when Shay says, like, I don't have to tell you where that might be going, meaning the tunnel. In that conversation, you pick up that Adris seems to be aware of potentially a whole nother world underground, just entire societies and just a whole nother continent almost underneath this one. And basically it says, like, almost anything down there is not good, and so that's pretty worrisome, but also worrisome in how long a tunnel could be to get down there and how long it would take to even go find out what they might find on the other side, and whether they could get back out is tough too. So it's not like scouting out because they do spend some time talking about whether they should explore that tunnel or not, and he's like, well, let's say they, if they get to a gate and at the end of the tunnel that's guarded and they're spotted, they're just going to have a long chase down hours or possibly even days, depending on how long that tunnel is, in a straight path with nowhere to hide and nowhere to run, and honestly, a guarded gate might even be the least of their worries, so it's a bit difficult to scout, but I'll give it some thought. And so, basically just kind of discussing the difficulties of doing anything about it at the moment. But he also does start kind of wanting to know, like, trying to think if there's any way to use that information of them being sent underground without knowing where they're going, like for propaganda purposes.
Right.
He says, do you give him pretty much everything? A breakdown?
Yeah, I mean, I give him the full rundown.
Says after he and Shay stand there listening to your report, he says, he kind of takes it all in for a moment, and then he says, very good. Honestly, this is some of the best news we've received in a while. This is going to be very good, and if we can replicate this process for creating our own communication system, that could be a good advantage for us.
Could turn the tide.
Yes, possibly. There's more than one factor at play for turning that tide. I have to ask, you've been fighting with us for a while, you know what we're about. But they're pretty new. They just exited training. And, what's your impression of them?
Well, at first I thought I was being punished for something. They fly by the seat of their pants a lot. But somehow it works. I don't know how. It was dicey more than a few times. And yet here we are, all of us. Yeah, they've got, there's something to them. They're gonna be a real asset here. Even if it's just based on their ridiculous luck.
And do you trust their loyalties to this cause?
That's hard to say. It's not that I think they are going to turn against the rebellion, but it really felt like a lot of their loyalty, or maybe loyalty is the wrong word considering some of the conversations I was in on, or at least listened to, they're focused on their friend. And I'm not saying that that's a bad thing, but I mean, you've talked to them a little bit. They committed to this. They made the choice. For better or for worse. And I mean, I've seen how you deal with traitors, so.
They had shown some signs of a divided mind or divided heart. And then one of their own walks willingly away with the Ruby Judge. I probably don't have to expound how.
No, that sounds shady. That sounds weird.
I understand and appreciate loyalty to your friends. You know what I did to rescue Essa. You know what I've done along the way to rescue when we can our brothers and sisters in this cause. But each of us know the price we're paying, and each of us know that this cause is bigger than any one person. It's bigger than myself. And if I were captured and it meant the loss of a number of you, I would want you to leave me be. Because there are thousands and thousands of friends and parents and children, brothers and sisters and neighbors, all being lost at the hands of the people, and I simply wonder where their priorities truly lie.
Well, I mean, you know my story. I have no love for the Ruby Judge. As a matter of fact, I'm a little disappointed she's disappeared. I wanted my shot. But pain and anger can be a good driving force. It's a starting point. I mean, I was full of rage. Still there a little bit. But you focus that.
It's a good point.
I think the same can be done for them.
That's a good point. As much as I would not want or wish whatever is happening to Valen to be happening, perhaps it can be useful
Mm-hmm.
in ensuring solidifying shaky alliances. Very well. Just keep an eye on your back.
I absolutely will. And as soon as you hear something from about the Ruby Judge, like tangible, good information.
That's getting harder every day. Our information is, well, you know where things have been going. I've not sugarcoated it. And so getting information is becoming harder. I'm going to have to take some time and see if there are ways we can rebuild it, but it's becoming more and more difficult to acquire intelligence. That being said, it's puzzling because, you know, she travels with her own personal army of at least 200 people, and that's hard to hide.
Mm-hmm.
And so, as far as I know, the army has been either dispersed or sent back to the City of Unity, or I'm not sure. We just know that she, a very public figure, is nowhere to be seen.
There's a lot of coincidence. I mean, 2 of them get captured, 1 gets released, 1 gets taken willingly, and now the Ruby Judge disappears. There's a lot of the story here, and I don't like that.
Yes. Somehow the mystery is less comforting than knowing where she is when she commits her atrocities.
Better the devil you know. Okay.
Like I said, keep an eye on yourself and keep an eye on them.
I'm staying with him then.
I think that would be good, all things considered.
Okay. I can do that.
And no, you're not being punished.
Okay. That's good to know, Adris. I do appreciate that.
All right. If there's not anything else.
No, I don't think so.
All right. Thank you. Dismissed.
Yep.
I was gonna give you that nice new bow.
I don't know anything.
You don't know. I have my ways.
So, you guys are released back into the new rebel camp set in this sort of valley between rocky hills with a few different caves kind of branching off from this little area. You can see where people have been setting up and making camp and kind of getting back into their routine.
What time of day is it at this point?
Let's see, at this point, I would say you guys probably arrived there around midday, so yeah, you're still around midday, like a little after lunch.
Okay. I'm going to find a location that seems like relatively not in the middle of like everyone else's camp area and make our own little like, this is where our little camp tent's gonna be while we're in town sort of situation. So at least like stake claim to our little spot and get our tent put up.
Okay.
I guess like are the 4 of us, are y'all gonna be helping us like set up camp? Or y'all just person doing your own thing right now?
No, I'd be helping set up camp.
I guess like while we're setting up, well, what do you think of Sarek? Do we trust him?
I trust him as much as I trust the rest of you.
Just not that far.
No, I mean, I think we've all have our own motives, but we've all have made a choice to work together.
To be fair, he didn't bail when we were fighting a dragon.
But he did shoot your friend in the body.
Oh, well, I mean, that was an accident, wasn't it?
He's got fast reflexes. I was ready to stab. Honestly, I was ready to stab you too. You were just a dark shadow that popped into our space, so.
Sorry.
No, I mean, it was cool. I just was ready to fuck you up because, you know, scary danger.
I guess I don't blame him for that, especially after how he handled himself. We were actually in the fight, so I'll give him that much.
He is a good asset.
Mm-hmm.
And my mentor trusts him.
Says a lot.
That dragon doesn't love everybody, so that I've been told. I actually don't know if he was fibbing to me or not.
I mean, it liked you.
Yes, he did like me. I am great with dragons, apparently.
What proof do you have for that?
The one dragon I have met and the time I was in fact a dragon. I was very adept at it.
He killed you when you were a dragon. The other dragon.
Yes, because I was significantly smaller than him. But I don't know if you know this, I also took that dragon down.
I mean, you did, but how does this prove the theory that dragons like you? That dragon literally killed you as a dragon.
Sure, but I also did breathe acid upon it.
Right, so you're not helping your case, you're being friendly towards dragons.
Well, that was an animus dragon. That was a dragon that was our enemy. Like, I'm saying that I was a friendly dragon to myself when I was a dragon.
Sure. Okay. Sure. Yep.
I
Right.
was very good at being a dragon. Did you see me? I was a dragon. That was really exciting and terrifying, and I almost died. They'll never let me fall from such great heights ever again.
What do you think of him?
I like him. I mean,
You like everybody.
yeah. I mean, I do. So I want to get Shaw's opinions. I think he hasn't given me any reason to distrust him. He has. I definitely felt a little off-put by his sudden appearance in our group, and I know, like you were saying, everyone has their motives. Sometimes we've been tricked by other people's motives, so I don't want to trust someone and tell them everything until I know a little bit more about them. But he's fought with us. He hasn't had a chance to betray us yet, so I guess there's not too much there. But during a fight, he's there. So
He's far too confident.
is that a bad thing?
It's just weird. I'm just used to Valen being so.
He's not valid.
He's not valid.
I'm aware.
And you don't own domain over being the only cocky person on this party.
I am not cocky. I am a prick. There is a difference.
I don't think he's like cocky. He's just like, I don't know.
Confident.
Yeah, but not annoying.
Assured of himself.
Yeah.
Not a bumblefuck like the rest of us.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. That's fair, actually.
Well, I say us.
Yeah, I mean, Z is. Yeah.
You're genuinely not a bumblefuck.
I didn't like how
I am by association.
he kept pointing out how many times we just
Bumblefucking
bumblefuck our
residents.
way through our missions. I don't like that honesty towards us.
I need honesty, man. Don't give me honesty. Just lie to me.
Just lie to my face.
That is funny because you get mad at me when I'm not honest with you.
Well, yeah, okay, I'm just frustrated, okay? I don't like to know that we're bumblefucking our way through everything. So I'd like to know that there's some semblance of a plan happening.
We do have plans, they just occur in real time. We don't plan ahead very well.
Yeah. I mean, Valen just went with the rhythm. Again, he's not Valen, but I don't know.
Did Valen betray us?
No. I don't believe it. There's a difference between betraying us and going after something you want. He very well may have made a choice to either that protected us or that got him closer to his goal. But I can't see him.
But his goals were our goals.
I feel like you knew him the best. Would you say that's fair?
Yeah, we talked.
Did you know, like, did he ever talk about what he wanted to do outside of this group? Because honestly, I don't know. I don't know.
Sure, I
what
mean,
he
we
would
talked
do.
about all kinds of things that we would do after we finished our big missions. I know
Yeah.
that he had still some unresolved stuff with his family, and
Okay.
I know that his sister mattered a lot to him, but I don't know, those were far distant dreams.
But what would she have had to say to him or do to him if you're so sure?
It could have been a choice between maybe she knew something about us or threatened to kill us.
But
I don't know.
But why would she keep him? Like, what is he to her?
We're just gonna have to find her and find out.
I tried to talk to him.
You did? To Valen?
Yeah. And he didn't answer me.
How did you, what do you mean you tried to talk to him? What did you do?
I cast a spell to talk with him, just a short something to hear from him.
He didn't reply to you.
how is that possible? I mean, why?
I mean, it is magic.
But is there? I mean, what are the way? Why would he not be able? Is there a way he would want to but couldn't? Like, could he be disrupted from talking to you?
If he was dead. That's what happened with you know who,
Wish you know who.
our friend from
Graves.
before.
Oh gosh, what was his name? Graves boy. Bennett.
Yeah.
That's right. Oh God.
Either that or he just didn't want to talk back.
Or he wasn't in a safe place to talk back. Because it's with words, yes, he can't talk back to you inside his own mind.
I thought it was in your own mind.
Is it out loud?
Can be in your mind. Sending it or something.
Huh.
Then he either couldn't because he wasn't alive or conscious anymore.
What
or
happens?
he doesn't want to talk to us.
What happens if you do that spell to someone asleep? Do they like wake up and hear it, or does it like wake them up out of their sleep? Do you know how it works?
Oh, I'm not sure.
Oh, right.
Maybe he was asleep. It was this morning when I cast it.
He's an early riser.
We're just gonna have to find him and ask him in person.
As we're kind of silent and we're still out in the open with everyone, I just want to look around and see if I see Talon at all show up or.
Make a perception check.
27.
Don't see her anywhere.
Uh-oh.
So Noah,
Yeah.
I'll jaunt her over to.
You alright?
We didn't really have a chance to speak on the mission. Are you back to stay?
I think so. As long as they'll have me, as long as you'll have me.
Well,
It's been a while, but I was ready to come back.
You were missed. Genuinely.
I miss all of you guys a lot.
well. I'm glad you came back. I mean, she needs you, so.
I like throw a rock at Scully. You missed her too.
Yeah, maybe a little bit. Anyway, I thought you might want something. As long as you're fine with it, Bear. I gave it to Bear and then needed it back and realized that I can't use it, and I was wondering if you could. And I will hand you the Mace of Dorian.
Thanks.
Yeah, I don't know.
I like picking up stuff like that. Oh. Thank you.
If you want to use it, it
It's
won't.
a little heavy. I
It will.
can maybe. I'll find a place for it. I'll hold on to it. Thank you. There's nowhere for me to put it.
The tent is up at this point.
Okay, and I'll kind of drag it to the tent.
I'm trying to think, what weapon have I seen you use? What weapon do you know?
I have a dagger.
But it's like
That's the only melee weapon you've ever seen.
You're a cleric with a dagger.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
It looks like my spiritual weapon. It's that.
Yeah, but you have heavy armor, right?
I've maybe more or something like that.
Oh. I was like envisioning big cleric,
Okay, I
heavy
actually
armor.
do-
You need a
I
dagger.
do have a mace. It's like a simple mace, whatever, but I've never used it.
Well, You can look it up. You can use it if you want it. I can't use it.
Okay.
It's pretty
It's got
great.
some specific cleric skill
Yeah.
sets.
Okay.
Yeah. Dorian Mace, you should be able to look it up.
Okay.
Dorian. So you can add it and remove it from your inventory. It's an attunement weapon, so you'd have to look over it and do that.
But whatever you do, don't go up into the attic to look at the portrait.
Noted.
That was a journey.
Thank you for going on that journey with me.
I was with you the whole time.
Thank you.
And I come back out of the tent without the mace.
If you all don't mind, I'd like to go for a little walk by myself.
Okay.
I just didn't know if you needed me for anything.
You feeling okay?
I'm fine. I just...
This is the first time you've ever asked before you disappear.
That's true.
I don't want you to have the same thoughts about me that I have about Balin right now, so... I will let you know that I'm going for a walk.
Are you sure you want to go by yourself?
Yeah. I will call if I need anything. You can hear me. I tap the tattoo.
Yeah. No, yeah. Totally.
After you walk away, I just look at Barry and go, does she have all the money from the Dragon's Hoarder?
I mean, I have my money.
Should we have gotten the money from her before she walked off?
Crap. You think she's gonna like go do something like stupid with all that money?
I don't know. I just would feel better if...
Has she done that before?
Well,
Yes.
She spent your money?
She just doesn't always split with the rest of us, like ever.
What is she gonna do with it here?
I don't know. She could go bury it. That's why she disappeared. I don't trust her. Not with money.
Yeah.
I hadn't even thought about using that money until you said something about it. And I'm like, what can I spend it on in this camp?
Look at the really nice dress.
In the bag of holding, though?
I guess it is in the bag of
If it's in the bag of holding, then Easy's got it.
That's true.
Yeah, technically I haven't.
Okay, good.
Out
Because
yet.
we were just like raking it into the bag.
Okay,
Yeah.
good. I feel better.
Numbers wise, I have it on my character
Yeah.
sheet.
Hey, you take pull you to the side. You came for the mace?
I mean, she's part of the team, right?
Well, yeah. I mean, it was very nice of you. I'm more just like you gave it up. Do you not need it anymore?
When I borrowed it back, I thought that I may still be able to use it, and I can't.
Really?
Yeah. So, and I mean, I've got my skills.
Oh yeah. I mean, I know you'll be physically fine without it, but are you okay, like mentally, without it?
Yeah. I'm fine. It's just a mace. It just I made my choice, and I'm good with it.
Okay. Okay.
I mean, there's other cool things, and I slowly kind of turn and move so you can see my belt.
Ooh, a belt. Is that a belt? Cool.
You see a brown you see a brown belt with shark teeth.
Oh, it's
Gray.
Gray, sorry, like gray with shark teeth all up and down it.
What does it do?
Look pretty cool.
I mean, yeah, you look super cool.
I mean, it's, I don't know. It makes me feel a little stronger,
Oh, okay.
and like I haven't got to use it in the water yet, but I think it may have some additional
What?
skills in the water. I mean, I can already talk to animals, but if I couldn't, when I first put it on, I was kind of thinking of you, but then I realized that you still didn't have your trident anymore. Otherwise, it might have been a pretty good match.
No, it's fine. It's fine. Not mad. Don't need it. You get a belt. Whatever. Cool belt. Love it.
Yeah. Yeah, I thought you might. Thought you'd appreciate it.
You want to go test it out?
Sure, and I try to pick up Bear because I feel stronger with it.
Make an athletics check.
Does it add anything to your
It
athletics?
does!
Hey!
Nat 20! Which makes it 21.
Alright.
It does not give you a +1 here.
I have a +1 to all my strength stuff.
Proud of you.
I know, I feel so strong.
You like walk over and basically you still have to reach up like to get up under his arms, but you manage to just pick him up like about a foot off the ground.
See?
Okay, you're right. That's really cool.
It makes me stronger.
Oh my god, you're lifting me.
I can see Bear kicking his feet.
Here, spin me around. Spin me around.
And we spin together while I'm holding him up.
Oh, it looks like I'm flying a foot off the ground, but I'm doing it.
The bromance.
Okay.
At this point, you see like as you're flying around, you see Shay, who's walking out of out of the tank, like kind of stop and like.
Hey,
roll her
Shay.
functional eye.
Shay, I'm flying.
She doesn't say anything. She keeps walking.
It is a wonderful feeling. I can tell you, as a full-grown adult male, you don't get picked up very often.
Really don't. No.
It's just not something you experience.
No. Nice. I can see that. You're right. This is pretty cool.
Okay, then I set you down.
Oh, you don't drop him?
No, only I drop people.
Yeah, only he
That's,
drops
that's
people.
my thing, all right? It's only you.
I'm gonna walk up to you guys after you're done doing that. Hey, you know anyone here who might have some sort of... I need something nice, nicer than I have, something that I can focus on to cast a larger spell. Do you know anyone that would have anything?
Man, I turned to Easy, whatever
Get a little more specific.
his mentor's name is.
Calidrus.
Calidrus. Easy? Does Calidrus... Anyway, are you looking for
I need something to be able to peer
Oh,
from a long distance.
From what I understand, this is a little different than
Okay.
for cleric focus.
Oh. Sorry.
It's okay.
I mean, would I, other than Calidrus, would I know anybody?
I mean, Lenora is a cleric.
yeah,
Is that your...
that's my mentor. I mean,
What about...
I might know someone we can ask.
Okay.
And,
They here?
well, they weren't. We just gotta go find them.
Okay.
And, I mean, we got nothing else to do.
Yeah.
Let's go see if we can find Lenora.
Is there like a, before we go head off, is there a, like, how does it work here, like, store-wise? Like, can you buy items here? Or do you just, like, ask for items? Like, ask the quartermaster?
Yeah, it's a rebel camp. There's not really a store.
Okay, so we're just kind of all fend for ourselves in a way.
Yeah, you'd have to kind of inquire and see if there's any sort of like, armory or anything of that, like what supplies they have or are available to.
Okay. So it's not like a set spot to go to get stuff. It's more just like dispersed throughout the camp in a way.
Yeah, you probably have to talk to someone who might know. You can take some time and like look around and talk to people and that sort of thing, and see if you can find anything.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, I'll go with you guys, and I can.
Okay.
I'll ask Lenore my question.
Okay.
We're gonna have to go search for Lenore.
Okay. So after a few minutes of looking around and making your way kind of further into the valley, you're eventually kind of inquiring around. You eventually are pointed into one of the caves where that seems to have been set aside for injured people, and you can see Lenora kind of sitting beside one of the injured people, and kind of holding their hand and talking to them softly. And you see, kind of on the other side of the room, you see Cebu like putting a berry in somebody's mouth.
Wait,
Nice.
I only see Lenora or Cebu, or I see them both, right?
Yeah, and there's a couple of other people doing some tending as well.
Yeah, this is the place. Lenora,
Hi.
do you have a moment?
Yeah, give me a second. She kind of leans forward and says a few final things to the person she's talking to, and then kind of squeezes their hand and gets up. And
This is Zenoa.
hello, my dear.
She's been gone for a while, but she's one of the Folly. Also a cleric. We thought you might be able to help us with something.
All right.
I turned towards you.
I came from the mountains of Northfire, a little more capable with Talon. And I would like to try something that I've never quite done before, but I am looking for some sort of focus that's a little nicer than mine, something for seeing from far distances. Do you have something like that, or know someone that might?
Well, that's a little bit more of a valued item. That would be, I would say, particularly difficult in Lyrandil, since most of the people who would use such artifacts are not able to openly practice at the moment. I can inquire in the people here and see if anything has come in with, sometimes, I suppose you could call it loot, is taken from various missions and compiled. I can see if there's anything like that, and if not, let them know to keep an eye out for one.
Sure, I thought I'd at least try.
So when people go on missions and they get loot, they bring it back for the camp?
Well, often it's certainly a helpful thing to bring back medical supplies, weaponry, food, really anything. It's very helpful to us in our limited capacity to acquire goods.
It's good to know.
What are you thinking about her?
We'll talk later.
Okay, okay.
Well, how did your mission go?
We lost a lot more people than we anticipated. Only half of us came back.
It's a lot of losses.
It's about, we set out with 70 in total. It was a very difficult fort to take. And especially frustrating to most of us that we weren't able to get a clear answer.
Well, do you know when they're going to be sending a party down that tunnel?
I don't know. It's the problem with tunnels like that is that it could be days long. If they get deep enough, they become very dangerous in many, many ways. And vast, and we could not hope to search, and if there's not an immediate clue when it starts to branch, you could get lost down there forever. And there are incredibly dangerous creatures and even societies down there.
But do you think this is where they may be taking the prisoners, or where the judge might have gone?
Well, we saw no trace of her. I don't know. I don't know where she might have gone. But it is apparent that they are sending some people down there. Prisoners. The question is where they're going and why. But it would be a lengthy journey on no information in a place where it would be hard to not get lost or killed without the right information.
It does kind of sound like us.
Yeah.
Just actually.
We usually don't have much information when we go on missions, or if we do, we just don't realize it.
Yeah, don't ask the right questions, or yeah. Anyway,
Maybe we should wait when we're all gathered tonight and decide if we want to go talk to
Ages.
Adris.
You want to go down there?
About taking on this tunnel ourselves?
I mean, if that's where they're taking the prisoners.
I don't think we're ready to take something like that on.
But what if that's where they took Valen?
I mean, we could at least go scout it out. I want to know if that is where the prisoners are going before we just go down there.
You're confident that's where they're taking prisoners?
We know they have taken some there. We don't know if it's the only place.
It is a lead.
I don't know.
At this point, it's a suicide mission.
Every mission we do is a suicide mission. We're still here.
You have a particular interest in where these slaves are going?
One of our members was taken by the Ruby Judge. Taken may not be the right word, but I wouldn't say that he left voluntarily.
Look, this spell that I'm trying to figure out, I want it because I want to see where he is.
I see. Well, I suppose anything is possible, but Lyrindil is a very large country and there are lots of places that those of power might go. And she obviously works very closely with Leader Tildwin, and I know Leader Tildwin has a variety of places that he could go, and I'm afraid we just don't have enough information to know for sure where they might be, but we can make efforts to see if there is such an item available. It's just a very difficult country to acquire that sort of thing, and most of my own order has not survived these last 20 years.
Well, thank you for trying.
Did you get separated from Talan?
She stayed behind so that we could get out. Did you know her?
Oh yes, we were friends. I do hope she's all right. She's very competent. But she is also very dutiful, so it does not surprise me.
I'm sure she's fine.
do have one more favor to ask. Do you have any healing kits? I mean, if you need them, I totally understand. But if you have any that are spares,
I just look around at all the injured people on the floor. Does he have that?
very sheepish.
Do you have any healers kits?
Let's see. You know what? Roll an investigation check just for.
23.
Okay. I can spare one if you truly need it. They are precious, so.
You know what? Never mind. It's a backup to a backup. You probably need them more than we do. It's okay. But thank you anyway.
I mean, you are just as much a member of this group as they are, so if you need it.
I have my spells and my features, and I think you have your spells. This is literally our last case, in case things go bad. But hopefully we have enough redundancies. I mean, one kid's not gonna get us that far anyway.
No.
We've got what we need.
Yeah.
Speaking of, do you need any help here?
I would always welcome more.
Sure. I'll just kind of look at you guys and, like, I'll stay for a little bit.
Just come back to the tent for dinner. I think we should all talk. I have another idea of how I might be able to find your what you need.
Okay.
But I can work on that while you're helping here.
As you continue to work, she
Well, almost was.
all right. You know, she continues to work and everything. She's like, how was your time with Talon?
It was good. I learned a lot. You know, I'm kind of new to this whole Ildris thing, and she didn't seem to be too new to it.
No, she's not.
But, I learned a lot about just the amount of work that goes into something like this. It can be really difficult and hard, and sometimes work looks like losing our friends. But I think she did a pretty good job of teaching me that it's worth it. You know, kind of looks around awkwardly. She's like not really making a lot of eye contact with Lenore.
Well, as you talk with Lenora, you know, just as a reminder, she is kind of upper middle age. You probably guess in her 50s at least, maybe older. It's kind of hard to tell. She's still beautiful in her own way. She's got a slender figure and long hair that just has bits of gray in it.
Does she remind me of Talon? Like appearance and personality?
Not in the way of like a relation necessarily.
No, like just her self.
She is. So, Talon was a lot more. She could be calm and warm, but she was a little bit more. I'm trying to think of the right word. She, you know, when she went to work, it was like
Pragmatic?
hard work. You know, push the ball forward. When she stopped, it was very like, you know, I'm gonna talk to you, and now, you know, it's like she's very.
Like turned it off and on?
She's more task oriented.
Okay.
Whereas Lenora seems like she has tasks and just kind of effortlessly goes from thing to thing, kind of seems to always know what the next thing to do is. She's a lot more serene. She's a lot more calm, and like she's just like this center of calm in a storm. That's just unbelievably gentle and unbelievably understanding and just patient, and like you could do no wrong almost. Like she just is understanding of and patient with just about anything, and even gives you like little corrections or little tips like of as you treat and work on people sometimes and everything like that. And even if you make a mistake, it's like she's so good at like not even making you feel like you made a mistake, like it's just learning. So they both seem confident, like, but in this kind of unspoken confidence. It's not like brash or egotistical in any way. It's like they just are strong, like internally.
Yeah.
They both are similar in that way, and similar in just sort of a unspoken devotion that's just not even a question to their.
Do I see any holy
their God.
symbols on her?
Yeah, she does have a symbol, symbol of children.
Would I recognize it? Do you got one?
You'd recognize it from your mace.
Yeah.
It's from the
And I think you do have one for it's you've seen it. It's like it's within Arthurian symbol.
Did you get rid of it?
I thought so, or did it change?
We'll have to double check that.
Yeah, because I thought I tossed it when the
Your broken one you did.
demon one. Yeah.
Because he had something with Arthurian symbol on it that was a variation that has children's symbol in it.
Oh, okay. Yeah, because I do have his, but I didn't
Either
know
way,
it was
you would.
Yeah,
It's children is one of the most common
Yep.
gods out there, so they're commonly worshipped gods.
I would just say, or as I'm like going around, I guess like healing some people, using some healing spells and stuff, I think Zanoa would try to. It's not like a passive thing for her. She would actively have to like want to sit down and like make conversation with these people. Because she's almost like a little bit uncomfortable in this environment as far as like she's not really used to seeing people in this physical state look up at her warmly. If that makes sense.
Gotcha. So
I understood that.
yeah. Okay, so you continue working, and it is interesting too because Lenora's style of teaching is brand new. It's. I mean, Talon's teaching was brand new, but hers is kind of very brand new in that way, but also slightly different from that too. It's just this is a woman who's seen a lot, done a lot, and just seems to have a lot of wisdom, and just seems to understand people in a deep way, and genuinely seems to love pretty much anyone she's talking to.
And lastly, in this introspective moment, I will just like take all of her in as much as I can and think about, oh, this was Stoic's mentor, and keep in mind, I don't know, like the way he spoke with Zanoa earlier, I don't know, just keep that in mind for the rest of the trip, or the rest of the day at least.
Okay. And at one point, you feel like a tug at your cloak as you're talking to one of them, and as you turn and you see this short gnomish girl with kind of round features and dark green eyes with this fur of some sort that you can't really tell what it is, but it's like that she wears on her head and just kind of comes down in this kind of circle like behind her. You see her kind of looking up at you, and she's like, "Hi."
Hello.
I like your hair.
Thank you.
It looks like snow.
Yeah, I like your hair too.
Can you see it?
A little bit.
Oh. Well, thank you, I suppose.
Are you here? Are you hurt? Are you okay?
Oh, I'm helping
Oh,
the people who are hurt. Are you?
yeah, I thought I would stay and help a little bit.
All right.
And what was your name?
I'm Sabu.
Oh, you're Sabu.
That's what I said.
Hey, you're friends with Stoic.
Yeah.
Okay.
Are you?
Yeah, I am. Yeah.
Okay.
It's nice to meet you, Sabu.
You see Lenora kind of, she walks up and kind of gently puts her head on her hand on Sabu's head and says, this is Zenoa. She might be helping us out and spending some time with us. She's just like, okay. And Lenora says, she's been learning how to make potions from Talon. It's like, oh, I know how to make those.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Any certain potions that you're especially skilled at? You can teach me?
Yeah, the ones I know.
Yeah, and what would those be?
Well, there's not the ones I don't know. What do you want to know?
Well, I'm actually trying to figure out how to make some healing potions. Just standard, you know, I'm new.
Yeah, I know how to make those.
Oh, maybe you could teach me? I don't even
Yeah.
know what goes into them.
How to find some mushrooms.
Okay,
Red amanita.
okay. Are those easy to come by around here? Or?
Let's see, around here. Maybe. Have to find some places not in the snow. They don't like snow.
It's a little cold, yeah.
Yeah.
But it goes with my look. So.
That's true. If you took off your cloak, you could probably, blend in pretty good.
Yeah.
Might be useful for camouflage.
Well, I'll have to catch up with you again. Maybe we could go look for some mushrooms.
Okay.
Great. Foraging.
Yeah, with that, she just walks off like to another sick person and takes a berry out of her belt and just pops it into his mouth, and he's like,
I looked
Not consenting.
just aggressively good berries people.
Good berry.
pretty much.
Just
Okay.
the best.
All right, so
As we're walking away, I'm gonna go talk to Mare. I'll catch up with you later.
I'll be at the tent.
All right. And I want to go find Mare.
okay. Eventually, you find Mare sitting there, just kind of sitting on a stone. You can see her with her axe out, and she's just sharpening it with a stone, like a whetstone. She notices you.
Is a good
Hi.
time?
Yeah,
Oh, okay. Yeah. Just,
yeah.
we hadn't really caught up too much. I feel kind of bad, but I've been busy even on missions. Haven't really had a chance to really sit down and really talk too much.
Yeah, there's a lot going on. Pretty much always. Yeah, it's nonstop. But, that's. I guess that's life of a rebel, I guess. You know?
Yeah. How did you get here? How did you become a rebel?
Well, how did I get here? Like from the beginning?
Well, yeah. After I left.
Okay. Do you remember like that one old gnarled tree that was kind of different from all the others near the village, like
Like a
the
little
one,
bit outside.
Yeah, the kids used to say like was haunted,
Oh yeah.
or inhabited by a forest
Yeah.
spirit. or
I told you guys the same thing.
Yeah. Yeah, I remember though, I don't know, when we got older and like I remember the sunrises sitting in those branches and I don't know, I remember thinking how weird it is that the sun is so bright but it's still so cold where we grew up, and I don't know, I know we're all different, but I liked our family, I liked our village, I liked just about everything. I mean, it was a good way to grow up.
Yeah.
But it was sort of a bubble. I don't know, I guess I always thought we'd all be there. Like that everything was going to be just happy and good and what it used to be. Well, when Dad and our brothers died, I don't know, everything, it just felt different. And like, I mean, maybe it was probably just me that was different, but it was like that bubble was gone. You know, like the outside world had like invaded that warm bubble, and like it was like the protective bubble was gone, and that honestly scared me. I didn't know what was out there, and I don't know, I realized like I couldn't just stay and pretend like everything was the same.
Yeah. No, I get that.
Yeah, I mean, it would never be again, right? And I wanted to learn what was out there and how to fight it, and I don't know, when you left, I felt like I was the only one who truly understood. I don't know, maybe that's just a big head thing to say.
No,
but
I can understand that. Like in a weird way, like I'm actually a little sad that you understood. Like it's good. Like I think this is good for you, but it's also like I feel bad that your bubble was burst, because I remember that feeling. Like I kind of want to. I don't know. Is it bad that I want to keep the rest of y'all in your happy bubble?
No, I don't think so. And I know that. I mean, I think that's the part I felt like I understood more than the others the most, was you leaving. I mean, not like I understood everything, but just like we were, I don't know, I always felt like we were more like kindred spirits or something.
Yeah.
I don't know, maybe.
Never expect to see hair. She would never. Yeah. I know.
No.
Yeah.
No, I think she'll die there.
Yeah.
But I don't know. So I thought I thought I'd leave. I really didn't know where to go. I I didn't really have a clear goal, or so the best I could come up with was, I don't know, just to try and find you. You know, I thought maybe you'd understand like I did.
Yeah.
And I just came this direction. It was the closest way out of the world thorns from where I was, and you know, just started. I don't know. I came down this direction, and honestly, I just I was not prepared for what Lyrandil is. I was almost killed by stonemen more than once.
Really?
I mean, I'm really glad Dad taught us how to hunt and hide.
Comes in handy.
But eventually, though, I came across some stoneman crown soldiers who were accusing a family of being like spies. And there were these 2 kids with them, and they were going to cart them off to like something called a renewal camp, and I didn't know what that was at the time. I knew it was stupid. I couldn't stand the kids crying. So I attacked them stupidly. And honestly, I absolutely would have died. But then these people in black and these strange white masks showed up. You know, saved us all. Well, now I'm here. I've been here as a full member for, I don't know, maybe 7 or 8 months.
Okay. All right. I'm sorry, they just made me chuckle. That's like almost identical to what happened to me.
Really?
Yeah, I went after the orcs. I didn't know what else to do. I feel like I couldn't just sit there and do nothing. I would have died as well, except I ran into the Silver Flames, and I was able to help them. We finished out that camp. We cleared it out. We got rid of them. And well, kind of like you, I saw this group doing good, and I wanted to learn from them. The way they fought with magic. They fought with like all different kinds of weapons, and you know, like I had a club and the sword, but these guys, they had stuff. I wanted to know, wanted to do more. I've just been kind of learning ever since. I've traveled the continent quite a bit, not fully, but I've traveled. I've seen. There's evil out there. There's a lot of messed up people out there.
Yeah. Well, you've traveled a lot more, but I think I've seen as much evil as I want to here.
I can attest to that. This is a messed up place.
Yeah. Yeah, it really is.
Mayor, you are 100% right for being here. I think partly my friends, but also seeing you here kind of helped me give it a second look. I didn't want to get involved with these guys. I have my own thing going on. I didn't want another cause to be a part of, but this is an important cause. You are right to be here. We need to do something about this.
Yeah, it really is. I feel like I belong here. This is worth it. Like I don't know. This is. You know, I never got any tattoos because I never felt like I earned them.
Yeah.
And since joining here, there's not exactly a lot of tattoo artists
that makes sense.
available. But I feel like this is the kind of cause that earns it. I don't know. I mean, after being here for so long and encountering and seeing what I've seen, couldn't do anything else right now. So the orcs are the ones who... They're all dead?
They're dead. I wish I could tell you that I felt accomplished, that I felt better for doing it. I'm not gonna lie, that first night there was a bit of relief. But yeah, no, there was, they're not the only ones hurting people. I didn't want
You didn't feel better?
to, I mean, they're still gone. In the moment, it felt good to punish those responsible.
Yeah.
They deserved it. But at the end of the day, still half a family.
Maybe you're better than me. I think I would feel pretty good. Or maybe that's a silly thing to say. I don't know. I didn't do it.
Yeah.
I know I'm glad you did.
I mean, I am too. I don't regret that. I guess I wish I felt better. Like I said, there's that... We grew up in a bubble. Not even once Dad and them were lost, the bubble wasn't burst then. People go missing on hunting trips all the time. But finding the silver flames and finding out that there's, other things out there. Yeah, I never thought about it, but that bubble burst and I couldn't go back, knowing that there are people out there that are evil. Yeah, I wish that, killing the orcs would... I guess if I'm being honest, I don't feel like I've earned the right to go home yet. Saying out loud, I think it's kind of silly. But I just don't think I'm done. I don't think I can... There's more, like I said, there's more atrocities out there that... Like this cause. They're standing up for the little guy. Not everyone does that. So, we need people like us to be out there standing up for the little guy. Unfortunately, he's the little guy for a reason. The big guy with the big stick always takes advantage of the little guy. So, you get a big with me, stand in their way.
No, I understand. I mean, the thing about not feeling like you've earned going home,
Yeah.
it's hard to put into words, some of this stuff. I mean, we've got some very smart people here, but it's, I don't know, yeah, I guess I get it.
Yeah. Kinda knew you would.
Here's one thing I don't get, though. That's been bothering me since you got here. Like, I don't understand. How is it that you're traveling and fighting with an orc after all that?
Yeah, that really that confuses me. A lot of stuff is going through my mind at that moment. Traveling back to where I was when I first met Stoic, trying to put myself in her shoes. Stoic he is a complicated person. when I first met him, I kind of wanted to hate him. We travel the Silver Flames. Our whole thing is stopping inauthentic, corrupt clerics and paladins. Like, that's kind of what the Silver Flames are built upon. And so I meet a half-orc cleric, and I'm already on edge. And there was just something in his attitude. I wanted to hate him. I wanted to find a reason to hurt him. He didn't give me one. And then he did. But at that point, he was already kind of a member. He has messed up. He has made some mistakes, but he's also done a lot of good. I don't know. I try. Yes, he's an orc, but he's also stoic. He's not like the party that hunted down our family. He's not like that. He's not one of them. He's his own person.
And she kind of stops, like sharpening her axe, and for a second is like, "And do you trust him?"
Ooh, that is a tough question.
Triggering question at this point.
Yeah. I think I trust him with certain things. I trust that he has my back in battle. I think I do trust him, actually. It's weird, but I think I do. Like I said, we've been on a journey together. I have seen him at his lows. And I have seen him claw his way back out of that situation. I guess seeing him fight for that. Fight for the little guy. Made me realize that he's a good guy. You can trust him.
She kind of takes the great axe and kind of sets it on her lap, and she's like, "Well, I know he's technically my brother in arms now, and I trust you, but I gotta be honest, I don't know if I would ever really trust him."
I can understand that. And I feel like I think Stoic could understand that as well. He knows he has to earn that from you. So, do you have any plans when this thing is all done? Or you think it'll may not end for a while anyway, I suppose.
Yeah, I don't know. I guess part of it depends on how it ends, but
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know what everyone else is going to be doing, and I've made some good friends here. I know Adris hasn't really said anything about what he's going to do, except that he doesn't want to, like, rule anything.
I'm wrestling with something right now. It's like there's a thought in my head. I'm really trying to figure out the best way. Can I tell you something? I take the greatsword off my back. I've been feeling kind of guilty about taking this. I kind of want to give it to you. Would you take it?
That's father's.
Yeah.
You're lucky I'm not here right now. I don't think you should feel guilty about taking it. I don't think I have any more right to have it than you do. I mean, like, I know Hare would have wanted it to stay there with the family. And I get it, I guess.
Yeah.
I think, I don't know what Father would have wanted. I don't know. I don't know if he... Your mom didn't really say much about it, so I don't know what she thinks. I don't know. I feel like I'm... Oh, I guess that answers my question. I don't think I'll go home after this. I guess I just realized that.
It's a sobering thought, isn't it?
Yeah.
It helped protect me in my early days. I used this a lot. And now I don't use it as much. Which I don't know if that's better or worse. Because I honestly am just... the reason I don't use it is because I am afraid of destroying it. It's a sword, I get that. It's just a piece of metal. But I feel like part of me would shatter if I break this thing in battle.
That's a good point. And now it kind of makes me scared to use it too.
Sorry.
I mean, if you don't want it, I'll take it. But if you do want to hold on to it, I don't think you should feel guilty. Like I said, I don't think I'm in any better position to have it than you are.
I guess you kind of answered my question. I want it to get back home. And I don't trust just mailing it. I want it to be delivered by it with me. But if you're not going home, then I don't know when I'll be going home again.
Yeah, I don't think I will be.
Okay. But you're good? Like, you don't... Are you well protected? You have enough armor, enough weapons?
Yeah, no, I have what I need.
Okay.
Yeah, and I mean, I don't know, these people take care of each other. Andrea looks out for me too. Yeah, he's really strong.
He thinks he's strong, so that's strong.
Like really strong.
What do you mean by that?
Nothing.
Yeah, nothing. You just think he's strong?
Yeah, well, obviously, I mean, you've seen it.
Yeah, I've seen it.
Yeah, he's, you know, I mean, you just look at his his arms. I mean,
Don't look at his arms that much. It's not like you don't look at his arms.
you don't?
Well, you don't have to.
No, I don't. I don't
Okay.
either.
All right.
No. Yeah.
Okay.
I need to go get a new whetstone.
Okay.
This one's not hard enough. She stands up and
Oh, hey, hold on. I reach over and like just give her a nice hug.
she returns it.
Listen, I am very glad to have found you here again.
Me too.
Yeah. I'll be around. Yeah. I'll be around.
All right.
Don't look at his arms.
Of course not. Yeah.
Okay. I'll hold on to this for now. If you ever change your mind, or if you ever want to accompany me back to Mountain's End one day, maybe we could deliver it together.
Yeah. Maybe.
All right.
Okay. Okay. And she walks off.
Just like
Seeming very flustered.
Yeah. Just walk back like. His arms. And I'll make my way back to our camp.
Okay.
While I'm on my walk, I'm not walking directly in the middle of camp. I'm kind of like walking the periphery, but I'm doing kind of what I was taught to do, is just observe how people are interacting with each other, how they're communicating with each other, like kind of getting a vibe of like what the camp feels like right now, the kind of energy, the atmosphere. And I'm kind of trying to find Resha.
Gresham. Okay. As you do walk, kind of observe people and do those things. There is after a little bit, there's like a swooping noise and this kind of gravel noise as you turn, and you see this sort of sleek blue form of ether behind you. Kind of lands and looks at you and kind of looks at you with this kind of these eyes of surprising intelligence, like more than like a normal creature's. And, and then you see him just sort of put his head down and nuzzle into your chest.
Immediately, I'm just like, hello. I suddenly have a very keen perspective of how you see the world. Where's Resham?
Kind of leans up and just kind of looks at you and doesn't seem to respond.
Should I astride, get aboard? Should I get on you? Is that the thing that I'm allowed? Is this what this interaction is turning into?
You hear the voice of Resham behind you as he says, "That's probably not a good idea."
Good. I don't do well with flying.
And I'm afraid he only speaks Draconic, so he doesn't understand what you're saying.
Perfect. We understand each other perfectly then. Although I do actually kind of have a better perspective of how he sees the world, so that was an interesting experience.
You kind of, but as you turn, it's like, and as he's kind of talking, his eyes are very, like, intensely reading, which you've seen a million times now. It's like concern.
I'm trying so hard to look like I'm fine. Like everything's fine. Like, I'm good. This is fine. It's fine. We're fine. It's all, like, she is tremble holding that mask that she's, like, trying to keep on right now.
deception with disadvantage.
Oh no! I still have like a plus 11 to my deception though. I rolled a nat 20 and a 5. I still have a plus 11 to my deception, so it's a 16.
Are you okay?
No.
He nods and then he goes over and just with one kind of smooth motion mounts up on Ether and then he puts his hand down to you.
This is such boyfriend material. It's insane.
He's older than me!
Well, yeah, I mean, he's like, you know, upper 20s, 30s.
I'm barely 22.
It's not that bad of a gap.
No.
You watch a sir literally like, I've been a dragon, I have flown, I don't like the heights, but fuck it, I'm getting on a dragon. And I hop on. And I like death grip.
Yeah, he's like, hold on. And without even a word, there's a certain lurch as you hold on for desperation as Ether hops up into the air and then starts zooming at a fast speed through the
How's his muscles?
I don't know, I haven't checked yet.
you can't help but feel like
Is he
this
not
surge of
dying?
adrenaline as it curves and slices through the canyons, like not ever rising above them, but like zooming like a wingsuit if you ever see videos of those where it's like super fast. And just these hard cuts and turns, and you'd feel it in your stomach, and
Just a string of just curse words coming out, but like all in my native tongue. It's just like, and it's not yelling, it's just like, shit, fuck, shit, fuck. Like, but it's all in my native tongue.
and eventually, after cutting through these at this fast pace, like many times you feel like you're about to slam into a wall before he cuts to the side quickly, and then eventually skirts just feet above a sharp incline as he comes suddenly to land at the perch of a top of one of those rocky hills that's a little bit higher than the others, and you kind of feel a soft pat on your hand as Gresham's like, it's okay now.
Just like white knuckle, like hands are still stuck in like that clenched position of trying to hold on for dear life. As it just like slowly lets go, just wide-eyed. That was very scary and very fast.
It's pretty intense the first time.
I've been on a dragon. I've been a dragon. But this was just terrifying. Oh.
You've been on a dragon.
Well, I was on Easy, who was in dragon form. It's not quite the same thing.
Would have been a great honor if a dragon let you ride him.
Yes, unfortunately, my only experiences with dragons have been their deaths, so that has been awkward.
You turn and he kind of nods and he says something in Draconic to Ether, who then immediately hops down and curves back, and he's like, he'll stay close.
I'm sorry. I feel like that was super offensive for me to say, but it is the truth.
I don't think there's any offense taken.
Okay, good. 'Cause now I've technically killed 2 dragons, so... Well, I didn't directly kill the first one. I did directly kill the second one. I killed an adult white dragon.
Well, he understands what I do is that not all dragons are good, just like men. As he kind of is like looking out over this, you can see now, like in this area, there's a good amount of fog or mist, like kind of in between these hills, kind of make it a very picturesque landscape. And you kind of get the impression subtly, like it's probably why he's able to take an elevated space, is because there's shelter from view because of the fog that's kind of rolling in from the north. white dragon's quite an accomplishment.
You could call it that, then yes, it is.
What would you call it?
Kill or be killed. I didn't really think of it as an accomplishment, just I didn't want that fucker to kill me.
I should hope not.
I did do quite a bit of damage to him when I was in a young black dragon's body. Easy polymorphed me. I spit acid out of my mouth. Didn't taste half as bad as I thought it would, actually.
And you didn't even have to drink? I think facing a dragon would be a very trying experience.
Scary.
Somehow I don't think that's what's bothering you.
Facing dragons are suddenly not so scary. Facing reality is a bit scarier.
Depends on the reality.
I'm very good at making my own, so it's when everyone else's gets in my way.
What's getting in your way?
You know, we lost one of our own.
I do.
And I'm very afraid that my reality and his reality were never the same. And what if he lied to me, used me, manipulated me? What if he was always against me and I just didn't see it again? Am I so gullible? Am I so easy to manipulate? Am I that desperate?
So you feel foolish.
Foolish, embarrassed, hurt, lonely. As much as I have the rest of them around, Fallon was the only one who ever looked at me and I didn't see any questions in his eyes, any doubt. He was my brother. Which is weird because humans are, you know.
See one of his eyebrows arch just a little bit.
Humans are that creature that are still children. Like, the whole of them. And I say this being a child. At least, child is not the right word. I'm an adult. It's just... I don't know. I've had too many bad experiences with humans. But I'm a tiefling, so that would track. But he didn't treat me like that. Did he know to do that? Did he know to treat me like that? Did he know what my soft spots were? My weaknesses? Did he lie? Is he bad? Do I kill him?
Difficult questions. Let's start with your gut. What does it tell you?
That I'm missing something very obvious. there is a element of this story that is so blatantly in front of me, and I don't see it.
Well, let's start with the missing something part. Obvious is a subjective thing. What's obvious to one is not obvious to another. And you never know what may be distracting you, even intentionally, or everyone's equipped to see things differently and see certain things better than others. So the obvious part's sort of subjective and not helpful.
What I know firsthand is that Valen and Stoic did not leave the city when the rest of us did. That is the end of my tangible experience of what happened. Everything else after that is what I was told. And what I was told was that Valen and Stoic were both captured. Stoic was taken into one holding area, and the Ruby Judge took Valen somewhere else, privately. The next time anybody has information, Stoic was being unshackled and taken out of the city to be released under Valen's instruction is not the right word. Under the Ruby Judge's instruction, but with Valen's approval. I don't know what the wording is for that, but Valen was there and was the reason that Stoic was able to leave. Valen was seen with the Ruby Judge leaving the city, but he was not shackled. From the surface, it looks like he joined her. But if he had joined her, why would he have released Stoic? He had collateral. Why would they give it up? And they didn't seem to follow Stoic. So if they were using him to track back to the rest of the camp, it was not successful. But that feels very... From what I understand of the Ruby Judge, that does not sound like something that she would do. Be negligent like that.
She certainly isn't negligent.
And anything that Valen knew was incredibly valuable. Certainly, he's not valuable now to at least the immediacy of knowing where the camp is, but he knows how you all train. He knows generally who's in charge and everyone's names. Plus, he knows all of our own secrets, too. And the reason we were even in that city in the first place. So if he traded knowledge for Stoic's life, that was a really unbalanced trade.
Well, Adris is the dragon chess player here in this camp, and I'm sure he has played out all the possibilities and thought about implications for each of them. But he's also somebody who thinks ahead, and you can take some small comfort in the idea that that is part of why none of us know everything. That's why Valen might have known the location of where the camp used to be, but he didn't know where the next one was. And he didn't know where any of the others are. You didn't know any true numbers of the numbers in each camp grow as missions take you to different places, and you don't always return to the same one, so it's impossible to know how many numbers there actually are. That's why you're often not giving full information about the mission you're on. In other words, Dangerous has built around each of us a number of walls that limit the danger that any of us can put the whole cause into.
But it doesn't explain her actions. Why choose Valen to take to a room to talk and not Stoic?
I don't know.
I mean, it could have been random, but
I don't know. But I do know that this is the kind of thing that you have to be able to see clearly to think through and assimilate new pieces of information as they come in. And you can't do that unless you deal with your pain. Right now, you have pain and you have fear. Fear is the worst case scenario. That's in the future. We don't know. We don't know all the information yet. We don't know what's going to happen, and we don't know what could happen. We don't know if Valen was good or bad, if he made the right choice, or if he had no choice at all. The Ruby Judge has a lot of tools at her disposal, and she's one of the most powerful figures in this country, maybe the world. And we don't know what she did or didn't do. But right now, you lost someone dear to you. That's now. And no matter what choice he made or whatever happened to him, that's real. And it's okay to feel it.
I don't want to feel it.
Oh, of course not.
I'm tired of crying all the time. I always cry. I'm supposed to be the bad, scary devil. But all I do is weep. I weep for everything and everyone.
The ones who never weep are not the ones, the kind of strength you want.
How am I supposed to do anything if I'm always scared? If I always second guess myself, if I doubt myself, if I doubt everyone else?
Well, I think the only way to deal with your emotions is to face them. You need to give this pain its due. If you try to hide it, if you try to shove it aside, if you try to pretend like it's not there just for the sake of trying to appear strong or scary or anything that you may be trying to do, it's going to fester and grow and might even turn into other things, and that's going to hurt you a lot more. That's why people mourn for a period when someone dies. You need to give this pain its due and feel it, process it. And don't cross it up with the fear of what might be. You can mourn the loss of your friend without addressing any of the other things. And that'll make you better able to see clearly and make decisions when that time comes. But don't be ruled by something you don't understand. let another reality intrude upon you. You're not alone. Sarek is new to you, but he's reliable. I trained him as well. He's good. You have Bear. You have Zenoa, who I don't know very well. But if you guys trust her, I do too. You have Stoic. You have Easy. And you have me. You're far from alone.
Sarah just puts out her arms and just asks for a hug
Yeah.
and just weeps into his chest. Just big blubbery tears.
He wraps his arm around you and just kind of gently strokes your back.
I just miss him. I miss all the ones that loved me. I used to have someone. She was my everything. And I lost her. And I lost me. And now I've lost him. And I miss them all.
I know.
My
You still
face
have-
is tingly.
You still have people who love you.
I don't know if they trust me.
I do.
It seems like a dumb idea.
Well, I'm certainly not the brightest person here.
Take a number. It's very pretty up here.
Yes, it is.
It's very quiet. I like it.
Okay. Then let's just enjoy it for a while.
Okay.
So, you guys sit down and just
As,
kind of.
Sarah like wraps her arm around his, and after a while she starts to snake her tail out to try to like latch onto him.
He lets you.
And so she hooks her tail around his ankle. And just kind of leans.
So you sit there and look out over the mist rolling in through the hills, occasionally seeing ether kind of swooping up above it and then back down in the distance. You know, clearly kind of keeping an eye on you two as he's hunting or doing whatever he's doing. So, anybody else want to do anything?
I do once everyone gets back.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah,
I'm at the camp.
end of the night, I'll
Yeah.
do stuff.
Okay. Do you think during the day or while you guys are kind of separated? Okay. All right. So, eventually you guys meet up back around dinner time. Some of you tired from working and crying and everything else.
A little puffy in the face.
Before you guys can all meet back up and enter the tent, and that's where we'll take a break. So, we will come back in about 10 minutes. So, be right back. All right, welcome back.
Slightly
Have a good
later.
break. So we'll hop back into it here. So as you guys kind of wrap up your activities through the day of whatever you're doing, I think Zanoa, like as you make your way back, tired and spent from using all your magical, efforts to heal, and you make your way back to the tent, and you as you're a little ways away from the tent entrance, you hear this, and you see this relatively horse-sized drake, which looks like a dragon but smaller and sleeker, and with this kind of shimmering blue color, as it comes to a smooth landing in front of the tent, and you see Asura hop off the back of the drake with the help of another character you don't recognize, a man with a hood up and this kind of well-kept beard, like kind of slightly blondish beard, and kind of serious eyes as he kind of looks down and nods at Asura, and then without a word, the drake takes off again and zooms down the camp.
Just walking back.
Do you walk in?
What?
Do you walk in?
To the tent?
Yeah.
I mean, yeah.
I'll just wait for you to go inside then.
Are you humming? Are you like?
No.
Yep, I'm just gonna
Not even a little bit.
watch all of it take place. Does she
So you just follow her in.
notice me? Like,
Well, I mean, it's not like secret. I mean, it's up to you.
Yeah, I
basically,
just,
okay, I just wanna. Okay.
I mean, I will acknowledge your existence.
Okay. Okay. I didn't know if you were like that. Like,
In my own little.
yeah,
No, I'm not.
basically, can like I want to
I'm
get
not-
an insight on you.
Roll
Oh,
an
you
insight
can roll an insight.
15.
What do I?
You can.
I mean, I'm not trying to deceive anybody. You can definitely tell I'm a little puffy from crying. Like, I still got a little bit of puff. And good mood is not the right word. I seem rather peaceful. Like, a lot of the tension that I've held in my body since we got back, like, I'm not as tense.
I'll just let you walk in,
And I just not.
acknowledge you, and I'll go behind you. In my head, I'm thinking, she said she wanted to be alone.
Leave me alone,
I was alone with somebody else.
We were alone
We
together.
were alone together.
All right, so you guys gather up in the.
I don't like this attention on me suddenly.
Yeah, just as dinner is ready to go as you two walk in, and evening is yours.
So Noah.
Yeah.
I think I have an idea, but I thought I'd wait for you to get back first.
Sure.
And I pull out my notebook, and I lay it open, and I start to write in Drill.
Okay.
And I ask him, checking in, things are going great.
Exclamation point. Exclamation point.
Smiley face emoji.
All
But
caps.
we seem to have misplaced Valen.
I don't know where he is.
And wonder
Proud
if
of
you,
you.
if you have the ability to see over great distances.
Okay. Good question. Let me check.
How many words do you have? Is there a limit?
25,
Okay.
but it's unlimited casting.
Yeah.
It's basically unlimited Sunday, but in book form.
Yeah, and you remember he modified it on his end so that he can respond when he wants. And I do it a little loosely when there's no pressing time,
Yeah.
like in the moment, like a situation like this. So let's see.
But I just leave the book open so that anyone, if he does write back, anyone can see, or
Okay.
everyone can see the
I
message.
will check, and it'll be a moment, so you guys can talk. And
I'm just helping get table set, and I'll make a cup of tea for everybody. And I will do it so you can all see me making the cup of tea.
You guys are in the tent.
Yeah.
I'll
Yeah.
peek my head in. I've got news from the meeting earlier. You guys, is it okay to
Come
come
in,
in?
Yeah.
eats,
Yeah.
tell us
You have a
everything.
visitor?
This time, what is the thing up? It's up.
yeah, it's,
it is up, so
It is
yeah,
up.
every time. Now announcing a visitor!
You guys.
What?
What's wrong?
Nothing. And I go into the whole. I mean, I tell everything. Like I'm not
Like,
holding anything back from the
Everything?
from the meeting earlier.
Like you don't trust us, everything?
stuff that everybody else was saying.
Okay.
The important stuff.
I'm trying to remember what that was. Is this, basically, there's a hole underground, and there's like
Yeah, it's tunnel underground. Was it that? It's too long to really scout safely
Yeah.
because it leaves a lot of exposure. There's nowhere to hide. If you need to backtrack, you'd be backtracking for days, not just like minutes.
you didn't go into Ruby Judge, did you? In that meeting,
In what way?
like y'all didn't talk about why she's missing or any more information. Like nothing we didn't hear already.
No, I mean we went to a little bit, but there was no new information
Right.
about it.
When they mentioned that, did they mean that she's gone missing from the rebellion's side, or from their side as well? They
I mean,
have lost tabs on her, or
It kind of sounds like, I mean, we don't know, but it sounds like Atris lost information. I don't know what the right word is. He lost his tabs on her.
Yeah, no, is it the rebellion's lost tabs, or that like the crown has lost tabs
I mean,
on
how
her?
would he know if the crown has?
Well, he basically, from whatever information or intelligence he has access to, they don't know where she went. She seems to have disappeared.
And
I didn't know if they retrieved that information
From the crown
from
side.
the opposite side. If
Oh, he
they-
hasn't really specified where the information comes from.
But either way, that's really weird because she's very visible.
Yeah.
She's not hiding her movements. She's very visible.
And that's kind of the whole thing, is
Mhm.
that she is visible.
Yeah, so
Highly visible.
her disappearing and just cutting it off is extremely
But
weird.
what's his face?
Would that put her underground at all?
possibly.
It could.
Maybe, but
Tildwin?
Tildwin is Tildwin the one that's she's always.
Tilda's the one that's always with her.
So like that, if he's not missing, if they still have tracking on him, that says something that she is not by his side.
And from what I was hearing from them, it's like her entire 200-person
Yeah.
regiment is just no
Gone.
longer.
Oh,
But we don't know if they weren't sure if they've just been disbanded, if they all went somewhere else. They don't have any information.
Do I have any
We don't have
experience
information.
from my time doing the human trafficking? Would I have ever heard of any sort of human smuggling underground? Obviously, it would not have been phrased that way from.
Roll a history check.
Ooh. History is not exactly my forte. That's gonna be like a 9.
Not really. Like you might have heard rumors every now and then of like you hear rumors about a lot of things of like stuff deep underground or whatever, but nothing solid or particularly interesting in this case.
So I guess like the question is, what do we do next? Do we continue fighting the rebellion?
Well, we are of the rebellion, so we wait for our next mission.
what was the or?
Go find Valen, or do we go off on our own and try to find the Ruby Judge on our own?
With what information?
That's why I'm bringing it to the table. Like, yeah. Is that not worth our time?
It is worth our time, but I don't think it is worth our time without us also informing.
Sure.
If the rebellion is having trouble finding the Ruby Judge, you guys aren't able to do it. They've got so many more resources.
There's magic available to find Valerie. I just don't have it. It's just not ready yet.
Okay. And is that what you're trying to find?
If anybody can help, I think Enduriel can. Which I know you're new.
Yeah, that's another name.
He's.
It's okay, I haven't met this person.
We can't go into detail too much. Just he's a very powerful ally of ours.
Nothing from you on that one. You new to you too. Okay.
Would you also send a message to her?
There we go.
Just tell her that I love her and I miss her.
Fine. And I will message Selena and just be like, what am I gonna say? Sora says hi and that she loves you.
Oh, that's good.
You get a reply from her right away. It says, "I'll tell her I said hi too, and the rest of you. I miss you all. Things are strange here."
What's strange? Is she okay? Does she need anything? Is she hurt?
One question.
I'm sure she's fine.
Are you stronger?
Sora wants to know if you are stronger. She said it with that weird look on her face.
That's a difficult question to answer. It depends on what you mean by strength, I suppose. I'm beginning to feel strange. I keep dreaming of a city I've never seen every single night.
She says yes.
You're such a boob.
I am.
I'm happy she's feeling stronger.
I'm waiting on a message, but we will speak again soon. I would like to know more about this city.
Me too. Be careful.
You do the same.
So, for now, just keep fighting the rebellion as normal. Whatever our next mission is, just go with it.
Well, we know that they have access to some terrible shit, like
Sure.
the fire.
Yeah.
The fire?
The black and white fire. Oh, you weren't there for that. You missed that.
You guys seen the fire? Dark fire.
Wait, were you there for that?
No, but
You've seen it before?
I've seen it before. I mean, Adris knows all about dark fire.
Oh.
It's that
Yeah.
shit that doesn't burn out.
It's dangerous.
Magical.
It's a magical fire that doesn't burn out.
Anything that touches it catches fire, and you can't
Put it
extinguish
out.
it.
There are ways to contain it, but it is... We've only seen a few ways to contain it, and I don't know how it was contained. You can't just put it in glass or surround it with something, because it'll burn that too. It'll burn stone.
How is it contained?
How do you know all of this about it?
We fought someone who used it.
Possessed it.
The ground has
Here.
it. Well, that's how I know about it. You sounds like you guys have a different experience. One in which it can be contained. Where I would not have seen anything like that in my time. Yeah, I don't think so.
Listen, I don't know how much you want to keep this secret. I don't know what the problem with telling them is.
I mean, they've seen, at least you've seen it, and your people have seen it. And you're with us now, and we've been skirting a conversation about it. The reason we are even in this country is because of that fire.
You've seen it before.
Yes. In Elduin. Karandia. On the other side of this continent.
That's a long way away.
You're here to put it out?
I guess more find out more about it.
There's so much information that we don't know about it. Its source, its power. We met 2 people from Lyrindil who possessed it. Inside.
Not like inside a, but like inside their
Inside
bodies.
their bodies. And it changed them. Made them more powerful than anything that we have ever seen.
Has the crown used this fire
That is what
on
was.
the folk here?
There was a house on fire that was the mission where Valen didn't come back. We were there to pick up, what is her name? The lady, Alanya. We were there to rescue her from this, right? Alanya, is that the one?
Yeah,
Is that the
you're
name?
right. You're right.
Is that the name? Alanya?
Mm-hmm.
Making sure I'm saying it right.
Yep.
We were there to pick her up and take her out of that city. When we found her, she was standing in front of a house that was absolutely consumed by the fire.
The folk you came across before, they used it? For what?
It's not so much that they used it, but that they were used to wield it.
What do you know about the fire? Do you know any more than we do?
How much would I know? I mean, I'm sure I've seen it. The
Um,
crown has the crown kind of weaponized it against the people, and not like the people, but citizens.
Gave you a whole bunch of notes.
Was that one of them?
I don't know if
Alright, let me
that
pull this
was.
up. I remember you saying like I know about dark fire.
You know about Darkfire.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Yep, not a whole lot. At least not according to that.
no. So it's the last bullet in the notes I gave you. is
Yeah,
what
so
you-
that's all I know. I don't
Yeah.
know anything beyond that.
Okay.
Gotcha. I know that the crown have people who can wield it. I don't know how. It seems very dangerous. I mean,
Do you remember anybody having a butterfly tattoo?
no. Was a butterfly tattoo have to do with anything?
We don't know.
You said that 2 people from Lyrindil, you ran across them and they had it in them somehow.
Yeah, I just kind of thought it was a coincidence that they were from Lyrindil. I didn't know it had anything to do with the fire coming from here.
Didn't we run across somebody here with a tattoo?
Did we?
I thought.
Not that you've seen.
Okay.
You fought Ethelyn, who more or less claimed to have caused it.
Okay.
But we didn't see anything on him.
Okay.
Who had this tattoo?
The
The ones that we met.
Both of them.
both of them have it.
right? Yeah, both of them had butterflies.
Yeah,
Wow.
it wasn't so much a tattoo. It was like a mark, almost like a burn mark.
Like a branding.
Yeah, almost, but it was like cracked and broken and almost like a burn mark on Vander and on Belladonna. I'm trying to remember where it was. It was a lot smaller. I don't remember exactly where it was on her body, but it was also there, similar form. But it wasn't like a tattoo. It was like a mark.
I think tonight we should get some rest, and then tomorrow I think we should talk to Andreas. And
I would like to talk to Alanya.
well,
Ooh, that's a good idea.
that would be good too, but I think we should implore them to send us on any mission that may help us gather information on finding the Ruby Judge. And also, I don't think we've shared much information with them, and maybe it's about time we do.
Especially if it deals with Darkfire. Aegis and Alanya have been... That has been one of their top things for a while now.
I mean,
It's a big threat.
they may know the Rixes, or at least heard of them, or Enwick, for that matter. Because I know he's got some guns too.
That's your vampire, right? That's your vampire.
Sure. Yeah.
Do you think he might be up this way?
I don't know, but it doesn't hurt
Yeah.
to have the conversation.
What region are we in again?
Garden? Gary?
Garen.
Aaron.
You know who's from Garen? The one who's in charge of our household.
Mm-hmm.
Not Shay Dagger.
Yeah.
Oh. Wait.
Remember that was the whole reason we come up here. We were supposed to name drop.
To the
Was it for
rebellion?
that reason, or was it for the spire?
Oh, we're name dropping? Is that our whole thing?
Yes.
So our whole reason for being here was just to name drop that we knew a guy?
No, didn't he tell us to
Well, we could have.
help the rebellion and
Yeah, we were
mention his
using
name
to-
let them know we're cool? I mean, obviously
Yeah.
they know we're cool. We have the backs.
Well, that wasn't really what our conversation with Shay Dagger was. We just, happened to mention.
Do we need to get to these people, or?
I don't know. I really don't know if that is a course of action. I just thought it was funny
Yeah.
how the stars aligned such a way that we
we
ended
knew
up.
that before we came up here, though.
Did we?
Yes. He's the one that told us.
Yeah.
Shay Dagger was not the one that told us.
Yes.
Yes.
He was.
He was.
No, he was not.
Told you
About
about
the
what?
rebellion?
Yeah.
He was the one who mentioned that he had family,
Yeah. That's more... I mean...
but he was not the one who mentioned specifically the rebellion. As we should go there.
Yeah.
Well,
That was not, he was not, that's, our mission was him and Duriel.
If I remember
Yeah.
correctly, he mentioned that he and some others were basically in trouble with the crown, which is part of how they got separated. And
How he ended up across the country.
yeah, and kind of promised that he wouldn't come back, even though he wanted to. Promised Bridgian, and so I don't remember if you talked to him again after that, before you left, about the rebellion per se. You initially heard about it from Enduriel.
I think we just put two and two together. Oh, his family must be part of the rebellion.
I didn't put the two and two together. I was more saying oh, we're gonna be in Lyrandil. I wonder if we'll ever be in the same region as his family. More to say just to let you know he's doing okay. If we happen to cross it.
Yeah.
Not so much that I was actively seeking it out. I just thought it was interesting.
Well,
We're in his lands. Well, his family's lands.
I just think it's high time that we be a little more forthcoming with the information we know.
I just don't want it to bite us in the ass.
Gotta trust somebody sometime.
Well, Endurio trusts Alanya, right? Are they friends?
So we got the information in the first place.
Yeah.
We can go off that. We can at least tell Alanya what we know.
Well, she's gonna tell Aethris, so.
Yeah, we might as well tell Adris ourselves because
Well, yeah.
Adris is the one with more information.
And he needs to hear this.
Well, I mean, if Endurio trusts Alanya and Alanya trusts Aetris, then maybe we can trust Aetris.
Agreed.
He's not giving us any reason not to trust him.
And he won't.
And Resham speaks well of you.
Yeah.
So,
Resham's a character, that's for sure.
that he is.
Yeah. That Drake of his.
Aether is lovely.
Yeah, some might say that.
Why is Aether not nice to you?
Is it, do drakes like breathe fire or anything like that? Does this particular one do anything?
Have you never been nuzzled by Aether?
I'll tell you in a second. If anything happened, I'll tell you in a second. I don't know what the drake does.
No. You have seen it like bite and claw, and
Yeah.
it seems to have like some sort of essence to it when it does. And interestingly, when you've seen it at different times, it seems to be different colors, and when it does attack, it seems to be different types of attack that correspond with it, the color, but not exactly breath.
Yeah. Okay. Just kind of remind me. Yeah, don't piss it off. That's a bad
You and I
idea.
have had very different experiences with Aether then. I've gotten the cuddles, so. And drags. So that was fun.
You've ridden them.
Yes. It's terrifying.
Wow.
He goes so fast. Absolutely terrifying.
That would be pretty awesome. I
Yeah.
would love to do that.
It's like, I've never gone so fast in my whole life.
Seem to have a way with dragons.
Once you've been one. And killed one, apparently.
Kindred spirits. Yeah.
Fortunately, Aether doesn't understand a word I say, so. Seems we're on good terms.
Let's see if Russian will let me have a ride. That'd be fun. That'd be...
I'm gonna let you know now of what I didn't ask for the ride. The ride was bestowed.
As they're talking, I'm just kind of watching Sarah. Body language. And when there's like a long conversation, she'll just look at him and say, "What's your deal?"
Yes!
Get into it!
Yes!
Well, I mean, what do you want to know?
You from here?
No. I came here probably a little less than a year ago.
From where?
Pretty intense part of the country, Bloodpool.
That's in Lerndon.
No, it's like up in the northern part. There's like a whole.
Here, I'll get
Yeah.
It's north of Mandor. You would know the country. It's it is part of a region known as the Disputed Lands. It's a collection of countries that are like if you imagine Mandor like this, like Bloodpool is like right in the middle of it. So it's like you've got Orkia, which is a bunch of orcs. You've got Gaza, which is like hobgoblins and goblins. You've got Daonia, which is like demon worshippers and that sort of thing. You've got Gaius, who's very hostile, Earth Genasi and that sort of thing. And then Bloodpool is right smack in the middle of the Disputed Lands, with Mandor's incredibly dangerous forest to its south.
What do I know about
Bloodpool?
like history-wise?
Roll a history check.
Don't we know the Bloodpool is vampires?
About to find out.
10.
10. Okay.
I mean, I am from Mandor.
Yeah, you would have been taught a little bit about it. Just that they are pretty tough people, as a generality, because it's a very. They have survived for a long time in the midst of being surrounded by hostility on every side. But part of the reason they've also survived is having a long history with necromancy, in particular vampires. That many times in history, vampires openly ruled Bloodpool, and supposedly they're all gone now. But it's kind of, and there is a king who's kind of made some changes, and you don't know what those are, but has been kind of making some changes along the way, and yeah, I think that's probably the gist of it. That it's mostly a peculiar kind of bog or swampland or marshland, where the marshes don't freeze, even in deepest winter, and it gets pretty cold up there. But yeah, that's about what you know.
Hey, do I believe him and everything he said so far?
Roll an insight check.
11.
Oh, no.
I mean, haven't said anything that's not true yet.
And why are you here?
Well, I mean, to fight in the rebellion.
How'd you hear about the rebellion?
I honestly stumbled into it by accident. Had a lot to do with the Ruby Judge. That's why I'm a little unhappy that she's disappeared. I wanted my shot at her.
And what's your relationship to her?
I think she's a... trying to think of a nicer word than evil bitch.
You can
But-
say evil bitch.
Yeah. That whole thing where she and her posse ride into town and round up civilians. Let's just say I've seen that firsthand with people that I care about. I'd like my shot at her.
In Bloodpool?
No, here.
How long ago did you leave Bloodpool to come here?
Probably 9-10 months ago, I guess. Not full year.
Did you know about her before you got here?
No,
How did you already have loved ones here after 9 to 10 months?
they came with me.
Who
Just
were
to
they?
join the rebellion.
Oh no, not join the rebellion. That's why I said I stumbled into the rebellion.
So why'd you come here?
We're getting into the weeds a little bit.
That's where I like it.
Mm-hmm. I'm picking up on that. Very curious person. I would lot, honestly.
Do you have a
Except
problem
you
with
two,
that?
you guys aren't really asking a lot of questions, which is interesting.
Answer the question.
I guess you guys have been somewhat open with me.
Don't lump me in with these guys. I'll shoot straight with you.
That's true. So far, you've been like, I don't know what's going on with him, so I respect that. No, I came here because.
Keep going.
We heard rumors of strange creatures in the land and came to investigate that. Things that shouldn't be here, shouldn't be on this plane.
Why does that
I look
interest you?
at you guys like, huh? Because you guys have mentioned
Mm-hmm.
basically doing the same thing.
What about that interests you?
Things that should be on this plane shouldn't be on this plane, and they need to either be dealt with here or sent back to theirs.
Can you send them back?
I can at least take out the way that they come through. Try
Really?
to.
What do you mean?
Well, they come through gateways, through portals. You guys know about that stuff, right? Like,
Not a lot.
I'm more interested in how you close the gates.
Yeah.
it usually takes someone more powerful than me. I'm just here to see if there is something.
Who's
You've
more
seen it
powerful,
done.
you?
Sorry, what?
You've seen it done.
Not by people back in Bloodpool, yeah. My mentor, not one.
Was he a wizard? Use like a spell to do it?
No. I mean, he trained me. got the same. I don't have the same level of skills. He's just on another. He's on a completely different level. But yeah, he used the same. I mean, he might have access to a little bit more than I do, but yeah.
You know, you never actually answered why you came here and who you came with.
Why does it matter who I came with? I mean, I told you they were friends. I don't see why. Names?
Do you have a problem with that?
A little personal.
If it makes you feel any better, we've been tricked before, so we're just trying to cover our bases.
Yeah, I feel like there's been a little bit of this. You really dug into my whole thing when I shot the Eldritch Blast. And I feel like you made a little reference to something about having dealt with deals in the past.
I fired my Eldritch Blast.
In our fucking tent?
To the tent wall.
Well, I mean, I want to hit something. I'm assuming this is like a self-repairing tent.
Absolutely, it is not a self-repairing tent.
Making a lot of assumptions.
This isn't our magic tent, is it?
Yes,
Oh, this is our magic tent.
It is bigger on the inside.
Oh, I'm gonna fire off an
Hardest
Eldritch
tent.
Blast, but I'm looking for something semi-hardy for me to shoot.
Like the ground?
You got the thing of announcing.
Absolutely.
No,
fucking
I'm
not.
not shooting that.
It's a magical item. It's fine.
Stoic, if you want to shoot some shit outside. Don't burn our fucking tent down.
Fine. Let's just say you're not the only one with Eldritch Blast. And it cost me quite a bit to get mine.
Interesting.
So I'd like to know where you got yours.
Like I said, I show some of the scar tissue on my arm from how I use my blood magic.
Wait, so you just you used your own blood to power your magic?
Have you not been watching him when he fights? It's kind of gross.
Yeah, I kind of want to think about it too much.
So now his demeanor totally changes.
Mhm.
It sounds kind of demonic, right?
I mean, I can't really judge.
Yeah. I just kind of want to know for my own sake. When you sprouted those wings, is that like a demon or something inside of you that did the wings? Like where? What's your deal with those wings?
What's the deal?
What's the deal?
With your demonic wings. If it's too personal to understand, but I kind of do want to know.
I think we need a little bit more trust first.
Okay.
I mean, I trust that you guys aren't, especially after the last mission, that you're not going to leave me hanging. That's important. And you guys have actually started to open up a little bit more and give us some information about Darkfire, which goes a long way. But respectfully, I think there's some things I'm gonna hold on to for a little bit.
Okay.
Just like I would expect you guys to.
Yep.
We're not all chummy chum here yet.
Can I want to insight check whether he feels like that is it what he's saying or did I catch him in a lie?
Oh, okay, sure.
And which part?
When you were saying when I asked about your wings, you're like, I don't trust you that much. Is that because what you're about to tell me could be hurtful, like I am have demon possessed, or is it literally like you were saying, we don't
was
know
it a
each other.
deflection or did
Sure.
you?
Yeah, thank you.
What'd you get?
Dirty 20.
Okay.
Yeah. It's more. There are. How to phrase this? So, there are certain things that he wants to keep secret because he's received negative attention for it in the past, and he just doesn't know where you guys are on that yet.
I mean, I'm a fucking tiefling.
Okay. Okay.
Did your mentor teach you that? And she'll like motion at your own. And while he's stammering, I'm casting Read Thoughts.
Yes.
Okay.
I have to make a save on that, right?
Yeah, wisdom.
Yeah.
Wisdom save. Okay. Bad. I don't think I beat it. That's an 11.
Okay.
Ooh, does your thing do passive? Whether you, is it? Do you have to pick who gets a saving throw? Like the
Oh.
or does it just?
For flavor, I've in the past I've not given it to somebody. I don't
Okay.
know if that's like.
It's a good question.
Like,
Yeah.
is it like it's just always
Yeah.
on?
No, that would
I've-
mess with
I've-
my Read Thoughts thing.
I've been-
Roleplay.
I've been playing where I get to choose if they take it or not. And I wouldn't know you're doing this to him,
Sure.
so I wouldn't turn it off for him.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is...
You would, because every time I cast Read Thoughts, I go like this.
Is she constipated? Nope, it's a spell. Got it.
I would love that so much if that were true.
While you're conscious, you grant all friendly creatures within 10 feet.
And to me, he's friendly.
No.
Yeah.
So and it's plus
Plus 5.
5.
I mean, technically the tent's 30 feet across, so it could be outside of your aura. It's kind of a... I'll leave it up to you.
Yeah, I don't know where.
We're all eating dinner though, right?
Yeah.
We're at the table.
Yeah, so... Probably be within...
Yeah.
It's 16.
You go.
Fail. Okay.
It's just surface thoughts
Yeah.
while you're trying to answer
Yeah.
that question.
Yeah. It's. You get the no. It's not. Lock, because lock would come to your would be on my mind. Probably. So I'm still having to learn some of my stuff here. You would get the thought of Hemocraft with probably learning it through Blood Jaegers. I think it's probably on the surface. And as far as what I'm actually saying, it's something I studied in Bloodpool.
We kind of talked about this time, but none of that really registers. It's like, right? It's not the same.
I would say... there is a hint of familiarity.
I would attribute it to what my father.
It's not exactly the same, but there's something about it that seems kind of familiar or related or something, at least to some degree. You don't know if it's small or not. Something seems familiar.
Does he answer the question out loud?
Yeah, I was saying I learned it in Bloodpool. Not from my mentor. He pointed me in the direction, but he mostly deals with more natural magics, nature and such. Well, fun times. Now we know each other a little bit better.
You just were. You were put in our group at an awkward time. That was not your fault. It just kind of happened.
I don't know. When when you come, or when you're in Lyrandale, you just experience loss. And loss sucks. Loss hurts.
If you find the Ruby Judge,
I'm a killer.
will you go off on your own? Will you leave us? Just tell us
I mean,
what you're gonna do, and I cast suggestion on him since he failed.
I love this.
Yeah.
So I'm telling you what my.
You're compelled to tell me
Yeah.
what you're gonna do if we find her.
Yeah, if you guys can help me, then yes, I will stick by your side. But if you can get my way, I'll leave you. Plain and simple.
Will you allow her to be punished for her crimes, or does it have to be death in the field only?
She'll be punished. She won't be alive. It's punishment enough for me. I mean, she's got your friend. Don't you want her to die?
For sure.
Yeah. Same thing. Same goal.
What about this country's retribution?
If she's gone, I think that makes things a little bit easier for the country. It's not perfect. There's still a lot of work to do, and a lot of what we're doing here, we're not going to be the ones that are going to run the country. We were born out of war, and those don't necessarily make for the best leaders. Sometimes. It takes a very special person. I don't even think Adris has any intention or desire to take that kind of role on. I don't know if anybody in this rebellion does. At least no one I've met yet. I haven't talked to anybody who's like, I want to be the leader.
Yeah, it hasn't been discussed. I mean, it's been discussed a little bit among people and stuff like that.
He just
Idris
makes a plan.
has said that he has some people in mind,
Mhm.
but hasn't really. He's been keeping people focused on missions.
Yeah.
So.
Since rebellion ends, will you stay?
I don't know. I mean, I need to find if there is a tear where these creatures are coming through. I need to find that. But once I find that, I need to go. I'm gonna go back home and report it. There's no reason for me to stay here. I mean, I want to see it through. Just because if the Ruby Judge falls before the rebellion's over, I'm going to see the rebellion through. The Ruby Judge thing is just a personal vendetta. Yeah.
Who's the organization that you report back to if this veil is sealed?
There's a group that I'm a part of called the Solinar.
Solinar?
Mm-hmm.
I have not heard of this.
Not many have. But they tend to want to guard the rips and tears that separate or that open between planes. And they want to see it closed.
Why you all specifically?
Why specifically?
Why are you tasked with it?
I mean, I'm part of them. I'm not the only one that's tasked with doing things like this. We hear something anywhere across crap, the continent just escaped my memory.
Erythea?
Erythea, thank you. Yeah, it's anywhere across Erythea, and we have people that go check the rumors, see if they're true, report back.
Your group is outside of Bloodpool as well.
They exist in Bloodpool. That's where they're located, but yeah, they don't really have offshoots or branches or divisions. Just go,
Can I do? Because it sounds like the Silver Flames. Can I do like a history check on them?
Sure. I would say this is definitely not Silver Flames.
Okay. I just didn't know if we talked about them in class or if we talked about other conspiracy organizations.
You can try. Sure.
Okay.
This would be history.
Mm-hmm.
15.
Yeah. No. I mean, not really.
Okay.
So we probably shouldn't tell him about the portal to the Fey world. No, I don't say that out loud.
Yeah.
Seriously, who does that?
But that's the look he gives you.
So, the Solinar seem to like to find and close portals to other realms when there's tears in the veil.
Strange way of stating what I just said.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on either.
Sarah just looks at you and then looks down at your book.
He
Solinar,
hasn't messaged me back yet.
you should
As you
jot
look down,
that.
he has.
Oh,
Nice.
Good timing.
We'll get back to that.
you should probably jot down Solinar. You know, for the records.
What?
So, his message is, that is disturbing news, indeed. I hope you are all not too shaken by it. I'm afraid my ability to accomplish such things across planes is quite limited. Sort of the nature of planar interaction and the nature of the veil. If it is very important, I can attempt certain exotic magic, shall we call it, that is somewhat dangerous and carries some risk of going insane for a time.
I'm gonna burn my brain up.
That's fine.
Otherwise, I can attempt to contact Adressa and see if she can have any success with such things.
But could she get us access to an item of...
That's a good next question.
I am able to contact certain people in your plane, but it was very difficult to even accomplish that much.
It is of dire importance that we discover where Valen is, but not at the risk of your own health and safety. Speak to those who you can and ask for help. Another alternative is if you could help us acquire an item that would allow us to scry for ourselves.
That would be an exceedingly rare item. Finding one on that plane would be even more difficult. I shall contact Adressa, and I know that she is able to accomplish certain things along those lines. How is your new companion?
How do you know that we have a new companion?
Well, you told him about Zenoa.
You told him about me.
Oh, I thought you were talking. Okay. We are. She left for a little while and is now back, and she seems to be doing well. We
Left where?
Personal day. Like, I don't really know what she was doing when she left. We just woke up, she was kind of gone.
She told us where she went.
To like go train and be closer to her God or
I
whatever.
told you Northfire.
Yeah.
Yeah, but like, we don't know what you're doing there.
You're training in Northfire. We know exactly what she was doing.
That's not very
She was training in Northfire.
It's killing thousands.
Raising villages
With a
to the
smile on
ground.
my
Raising villages to the ground.
Y'all think
she
I don't know
was-
anything about that flame.
She was training in the Northfire, and she thinks she has the ability to see over distance. We just don't have an item to help her attune.
I see. Well, unfortunately, you are my primary contact in Lyrindil. If you were elsewhere, I might be able to direct you in the right place. Perhaps if you find locations where the Crown stores items they confiscate, but that may be very, very well guarded. And I don't know where you are or what part of the country you're in. And certainly they utilize it for various things of their own nature, so I will contract her dresser. Have you been able to learn any more about your new companion's background?
I mean, we know what country she's from.
I know. I bring my book over to Sora, and I'm like, why is he so fucking interested in her?
Because you said that she was with us.
Well, yeah, but like, he didn't ask all these questions about us or
Yes,
about
he
Bear, did he?
Yes.
Never tell him shit.
It's because you didn't have to. You know who did for him.
That's a good point.
I just whisper in Stoke's ear to write down what we know of like where she's from.
Yeah, and I just,
And the very little information we have about who she is.
and the whole time I'm like, huh? Oh,
That's right. And then before I finish, I go, and you should mention we currently have someone with us who is part of the Solinar, who deal with the Veil.
and what do you know about the Solinar?
Thank you.
You're so awkward right now. I'm picturing y'all huddled and me grilling you.
Yeah,
I know, we're over there like this.
Side-eyeing him like,
Fair and easy, just eating.
I'm drinking my tea, just like taking it all.
yeah, Easy's just sitting in the back of the room.
Yep.
Oh, wow, yeah.
Yeah, and I'm just like this because now I got to worry about people reading my journal.
No, my death journal.
You can't see my kill list.
It's my death note. I hate it here. I'm so sorry. So start calling you Light.
Mm-hmm.
As, oh wait, yes.
The Solinar. That makes a certain amount of sense. They are, for what I know, they are sort of a small... You might call them radical. I don't know. It depends on your definition, I suppose. Organization in Bloodpool, who seem very concerned with planar entities and maintaining their integrity, but their methodologies are different, and from what they have been around for a very long time, and my predecessor, from what I understand, did make contact with them, but was not able to come to any sort of arrangement to work together. Regarding Zenoa, you have been with her for quite some time, but know precious little. And considering the sensitive nature of your work now, it's important to know who you're fighting with. But take comfort in the fact that you are not the only one looking into her.
Well, we would love to know what you find out. We haven't told her much about you and the exact nature of why we're here. We have revealed the Black Fire, but only because it is already known and been witnessed by many in the rebellion.
Yes, I'm afraid that's going to become more the case as time goes on. It's not a secret easily kept.
This will be my last message. Don't respond, and use your response anytime you have additional information. Because he can extend his. He doesn't have a time limit on when he has to reply, right? But he can't just contact me.
What he explained was that he modified it to be able to basically use it to communicate with you whenever he needs to.
Oh, okay.
So it's not. He changed it on his end, so it's
Okay.
it works differently for him than it does for everybody else.
Okay, I
He
was
doesn't have to
thinking
wait for us.
Okay.
Yeah, because he explained he can't always answer right away. He's
Yeah,
busy.
well, that's
So
why.
he's-
But I thought he still had to respond, and so I was trying to send him a message.
He doesn't have to, but he can.
He
He's
can
unique
start.
in that he can initiate.
Okay. Just please contact us.
The others, like Enthris and them, can't. They have to respond.
Please reach out whenever you have new information, and we will as well.
No response.
Okay.
What time is it now? Because we were right around dinner time, right?
Yeah, it's probably past dinner and just
Do you guys want to go tell Adris now, or
I mean, I figured we probably want to do this tomorrow. But
It'd be nice to get a night's rest.
I don't know if telling him now makes a change of anything. So what can you do tonight with that information?
Adris Alanya can do a lot of things. That's your information to give.
it's not urgent. But
I mean, it is urgent.
well, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But nothing's gonna change in the next 12 hours, I don't think.
I'll go and talk to them.
We can all go. It's fine.
We can get a night's rest for once. We just got back. We could save the panic and the worry for the morning. It's not gonna hurt us to actually get one night of solid rest.
I'm a little tired. It's been a busy day for me.
Oh yeah.
Poor Easy, you can tell he's not feeling well. He's barely said a word all night.
He's so broken up over something.
He's just really missing Balin, that's all.
Yeah.
It's a fireball in a few months.
Easy's journal is just, I miss Fallon.
Okay.
I will pull. I guess. Are you leaving, Sarah?
Yeah, I plan on. I'm sure I've got a little sleeping area somewhere in the camp. That's where I'll just.
I'll pull you aside before you. Well, I'm not gonna walk you out. Grab my bag. Hey, we've been kind of rough on you, but you seem to have our back. and I found something that I think only can really benefit you. Just use it. Just, don't screw us with this, okay? If I give this to you, I trust that you will use it for the benefit of everyone.
That's the plan.
Okay. And I give him the bow.
Ooh.
Okay.
Yeah. Just, I mean, it is
Spell?
like a lover. Just the googly eyes and everything. Just because it's beautifully crafted, right? Like it looks
Yeah.
gorgeous.
It is
Just
very
kinda
well
run
crafted
my
with the
fingertips
kind of
across the
vines.
strings.
and-
I'll give you to a
Okay.
minute.
Yep.
Okay. Did he tell you the name of it or the?
What was it
I
called?
don't think I
So
had a
it's-
name of it.
It's called the Blessing of Terrace. Terrus.
Yeah, there it is.
All right. So, as you guys, as he goes off and settles in, you guys settle in to go to sleep and get some rest for the evening. Asura, once again, you have that same recurring dream of that man with the long flowing hair, that flash of an unimaginably beautiful face, and the feeling of being in someone's arms, and a garden of just perfect order and beauty, with screams in the distant background as you hear Bulgash's voice saying, "That's because you don't know who he is." And again, the transition to dark and utter cold. Long, cold nights, a hard stone underneath you, and dim lamplight as those arms leave you forever. And that overwhelming feeling of abandonment once again. As you're suddenly woken by the sound of, "Now announcing a visitor!"
Asura already has like daggers like from her pillows out. It's like
As you all wake up and come to looking at the enormous form of Drael standing in the entrance. And you've returned! Now time for exercise again. Come.
Does this ever not need exercise?
When you're old and dying and can't exercise anymore. Yes. Are you an old man?
No.
Then come.
Alright.
I want to do something.
Okay.
start pulling on my shoes and stuff like that. I do, without anyone else seeing, I do touch something that's around my neck
Okay.
and like press on it a little bit, like trying to like steady my heart from the nightmare. And I press down on it just a little bit.
Okay.
We get up in the morning, eat, and everybody's getting on their stuff, getting ready to go.
Which this is the first time I guess you've experienced this. Like you're seeing everybody kind of trying to shovel food down as this
Well, I already don't like that guy.
this enormous guy who has a foot on bear, who's already 8 foot tall. This Goliath with tattoos all over him and trees, like tree trunk arms and legs.
Just his arms.
Absolutely the largest humanoid you've ever even imagined. Like he is just massive with balding hair as he's just kind of standing there watching and like, come. The days keep moving. It's not wait for you.
He's gonna make us do laps and shit.
Laps? I don't do laps.
Yeah, you think
You do today.
No, it's not an option around here.
we'll get it done. Then we have the rest of our day to do what we need to do.
Come. Even this weakling, and he slaps Easy on the back.
do it. You can do it.
Even this weakling has learned.
Okay, sure.
That makes sense. Yeah.
Well, I'm really bad about like speaking up when I want to do something important.
Mhm.
I want to come up to you at some point, maybe like during the night or this morning. And I come to you pulling the mace.
Okay.
I'm having it. I wanted to spend time attuning to it.
Okay. Well, and as you do, interestingly,
Okay.
as you do, and you get familiar with it and you spend time attuning with it, it's strange because the more time you spend with it, the more comfortable you become with it. And it almost, you can't be sure, but it almost feels like it shrinks in size just a little bit. Like, in a, not in a way that affects damage or anything, but it like it fits you. And so it feels a lot better in your hands after attuning to it.
I will bring it to her. Hi.
Hello.
This
Yes.
is mine now.
Oh.
I was just wondering, I don't really have anything to, keep it on my person.
Uh-huh.
Are you good at making
I mean-
something like that?
And you just see me like.
As I stare at you.
Yeah. So on my person, other than like my bow, like when I have it on my shoulder, you could not, for the life of you, figure out where any weapon is on my person. And I go, oh yeah, sure. It's pretty easy. And then you just like see like rows and rows of like little throwing knives and like sharp knives tucked inside like pouches you've never seen before. I mean, are you looking for something secret or just something functional?
I mean, it doesn't have to
I
be
mean, I
secret.
imagine it'd be a little hard to make that secret.
Yeah, it
but,
doesn't have to be.
Potentially. I'd need to find a blacksmith and maybe a leathersmith, but I think we could figure something out.
Plus, I feel like you know my aesthetic pretty well.
Sure, I mean, I've done your makeup incredibly poorly a few times.
Surprisingly, I feel like I got better at my own makeup in training.
Well, I'm glad. I'm very happy for you in that regard. That does make me feel good. Sure, we can find some time to work on something. Make it a little easier for you to holster.
Thanks.
I'm already like thinking about ideas. Like when we're on a run, I'm like, all right, if I had like a loop and then we could use a metal ring and then, but you could find some pieces of leather. And do that. Like I'm already like mapping in my mind like an idea of how we can make this work.
And as I've got her thinking, she trails off, I'm gonna obviously be the last one to do that because it's the worst. I am going to get in a quiet spot at like the. Actually, I'll go just back inside of our tent for a second and cast Sending
Okay.
to Valen.
Okay.
Please. We have so many questions. Ones that you could at least answer. We want you back with us. Please just give me something.
To get one more valid.
Well, perfect.
Get that.
Okay.
Poop.
Wait, you send out the magic and feel it leave you. You wait for a moment. No response.
Okay.
And you see a shadow in the doorway again as Drail says, "Hey,
I'm coming.
You're not escaping this. Come."
Coming.
Eric's already out there like stretching, doing his calisthenics, getting loose and limber. We're gonna do this, all right?
Yeah, see? He's a little man. Come.
10 months with you, Trail. I know how to do this. I know the routine.
You're almost not weak. 10 more months.
From you, that means absolutely nothing, but let's go.
So, he leads you through what is familiar to you guys, but, it's a little bit worse since you guys have been not doing this every day for a little bit now. You know, and for Zenoa, this is like, there's been a lot of walking and running, you know, for hunting and things like that with Talon, so it's not completely killing you, but definitely not to this pace. And the obstacle course and the climbing up the hills and different things that he just leads you on is just at an intense pace. And like at certain points, it's like he's like grabs you by the back of your like cloak and like hauls you up when you're like lagging behind, and kind of is like loudly like remonishing you a little bit, and like you know, to the point that like when you finish, it's like, you know, your lungs are hurting and your body is sore. And it is very, very intense. And he's like, see, not so bad.
Whenever he when he does like get physical with her and like grab her, she just reaches for something to like defend herself. Like she doesn't like it.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think she would really say a lot to him. She would just. She's clearly. I think maybe just his demeanor and his aggression doesn't sit well with her.
Well, and you quickly get the impression this is not a guy who picks up on signals. Like he does not like seem to pay attention to any of that sort of thing, any of that reaction he's getting or anything like that. He's just doing what he does.
But she doesn't buck up at all. She just.
But you guys spend a little bit of time recovering and stretching to finish out and everything.
Doing our cooldowns.
Yep.
It was like, at least when we're done, I feel awake.
Awake is a strong word. Oh.
I mean, I hurt more, but at least I'm awake. Well, you want to go talk to the big man?
Yes.
Yeah. All right. So you guys make your way back to the little cave that where Adris is set up. And as you go in, you see Adris and Essa and Shay and kind of standing around this map. You see Caladris there with like sitting on a chair. Yeah, I think that's it for now. And they seem to be kind of not debating necessarily, but like they're definitely discussing something. As Adris kind of looks up and sees you and kind of waves you in.
We have information that we have been withholding from you surrounding the dark fire.
You see everybody gets silent.
And I explain the situation where we met two individuals who claim to be from Lyrandil. I name them as the Rixas. And that they both possessed a scar of a butterfly, or the branding of a butterfly, and that they possessed dark fire within them as a means of some kind of control.
They all kind of like take this information in for a second, and Shay is like, I thought I remembered someone, some bard with a name Rixa. I think I saw one time. Doesn't sound much like a bard, but
They weren't when we met them, but we were told that they were part of a bardic troupe at one point.
And Caladris, like, you see her sitting, and she's actually got a cane, like that she didn't have before. One of the times you've seen her, and and she says, So it's gone beyond Lyrindel, has it?
We saw it halfway across the world, or the continent.
And she kind of looks at Adris and is like, I'm afraid that means it may or may not be originating here. And Adris is like, yeah, we assumed this was some new agent or power of the crown that they were using. But if it's gone beyond, I don't... Either they are, sending their business beyond our borders now, or they are getting it from someone else. Neither of which is good news. You don't know what they were doing in Carandia?
They were raising the dead.
For any particular reason? Like what they were trying to accomplish?
Do I even know all the details of what they were trying to accomplish? I just know our experience with Greenwood and
You would know what you know.
I couldn't possibly begin to understand why anybody would engage in necromancy to begin with, but they definitely wanted a foothold in Carandia. It seems they also want a foothold in Lyrindil. Whoever they are.
And we may not know. We may not know who is the one in the shadows, but we do know that they went straight for the top and basically, I forget the word, they usurped the king. And I wouldn't be surprised if they're here in your country, that they may already be in high places. I mean, has your country always seemed and functioned this way, or has there been a drastic change in the last few years that caused such a rebellion?
Well, I mean, as you've been told, that Lyrindil did unite like around 200 years ago, but it wasn't like this. It wasn't like this until about 20 years ago.
Ours was pretty recent. That's a very long time.
Yeah, 20 years ago is when Morthag took power and issued the unified decree, and everything changed into what you know Lyrindil to be today.
It may have not been the catalyst, but certainly the sudden appearance of this dark fire in this place. It is because it is a perfect feeding ground for it, and whoever is wielding it.
We had not had reports of any encounters ourselves with Darkfire till a year or two ago, at most, maybe a year.
And that fits better with our timeline.
It was several months ago
And
when we
these
encountered it.
strange new agents working for the Crown did not show up until around then either.
Then it is definitely recent, and it may not just be Carandia or Lyrindil.
They do seem like strange countries to link together arbitrarily across the continent.
And of these two countries, why not go for the big countries, like the Targonian Empire? They have so much more power than either one of Lyrandil or Garandia.
We don't know if they're not there.
That's what I am saying. We've not heard anything about it, but
Indeed, Targonia or Vesperwind. Those are disturbing prospects. And Caldris says, were you able to determine any more about Darkfire and its nature and your encounters with it?
containment is near impossible.
Why do you say near?
Well, we saw it inside of humans, so it had to be contained somehow.
And they had marks like this, and I'll cast Minor Illusion and show them the butterfly symbols that we saw in the Rixes.
That does indeed match the mark that we saw on the one agent that we managed to kill some months ago.
It seemed to intensify their strength and powers.
Powers they would not have had otherwise. Especially if they came from being simple bards in a troupe. I've had the great fortune of meeting a bard in my lifetime, and the power was strong, but it was not necromancy.
Well, there are some powerful people working for the people. General Cray has some powerful spellcasters in his hand, and of course the court wizard is no laughing matter himself.
Neither is ours.
Well, it's not technically accurate.
Assistant to the regional.
I'm sure Leader Tilden seems to have a number of resources at his disposal as well, as you might imagine, with someone like the Ruby Judge working for him.
Well,
Speaking of which, we don't do well sitting around.
Well, then our bad news should be your good news, then.
I mean, I'm not happy that you have bad news, but I am interested to hear it.
Here's Shayla. It's been quite the morning. We're having a little debate. Maybe you can weigh in. We've got some problems. He just says, with the continued pressure, increased pressure from the people, we have come across a couple of new problems that are important to deal with. The first one is a problem with food. If you stay in this camp for very long, you'll notice a difference in our cuisine, if you will. In the past, you will have noticed a number of strange fruits and a lot of fish. We have a particular friend who has been organizing supplies for us for sustenance, and that source has been interrupted, and we're not sure what that interruption is. And so that is part of the reason we came to Garen was because we can hunt and gather a little bit better here, because Garen is not quite as well patrolled, shall we say. They're not as iron-fisted in their rule here. So we have a little bit more flexibility, and we can use the hills and everything to hide a little bit better. If we re-establish this food supply, we can perhaps move into more advantageous positions with our camp that are closer to more important objectives. Not to mention, we will be living on more minimal rations until we can figure that problem out. Which means if anything goes wrong, it could be problematic for eating. But the second problem, which seems comparably urgent, is that our weapon supplier has decided to cease supplying. And I'm not sure why. And so we need someone to go figure out why that is the case and try to persuade them to reconsider our relationship. Reestablish it, as it were. Obviously, I don't need to tell you what happens to a rebellion that cannot repair armor or replace broken swords quickly or supply arrows and other iron and other things needed for making and repairing everything from weaponry to horseshoes. It's,
But at the same time, a well-armored militia means nothing if you're starving to death.
If things go well, we won't starve, but we'll we'll tighten the belt.
So
At least as long as nothing goes wrong. But as you come in, it occurs to me that for either of these problems, you might be particularly well equipped, because both of them involve going outside of Lyrindil.
which one of them requires more delicacy?
Delicacy in what sense?
Well,
Not making people angry.
yeah, we're good at what we do, but we're more of a sledgehammer than a screwdriver.
Where exactly would we be going on these two different missions?
I think that's something I will withhold until you accept one.
I only ask because I know what I am to the world outside.
I think in either of these cases, it'll be all right.
With all due respect, you have new folks in your party now. I'd consider us fairly well-rounded.
Agreed.
We can be very persuasive.
I'm glad to hear it. The truth is, I don't know what the nature of each of these problems truly is, so I don't know if it will require more muscle or mind. Tongue or dagger, I do not know. Maybe both, maybe neither. We won't know until we send someone to figure it out.
Which one do you like more?
You already know my answer. It's probably the same as yours.
I would like to hear it nonetheless.
I mean, if we go help with the food sourcing, we might score a couple extra fish. If we go help with the weapons scoring, and we might get access to something a little better.
So your decision is
I would say weapons.
okay. You?
If they say that weapons is more urgent, that's where I'm headed.
Okay.
Weapons sound funner and more urgent.
You say funner?
I did.
Weapons.
Easy.
Oh yeah.
It seems like they have some access to food as a backup plan, at least for minimal levels. But if they cannot defend themselves or attack, is there not much of a rebellion at all?
Weapons.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't matter what I vote. Weapons have it.
Just curious, what's your vote?
Food. It seems the weapons have it.
Where are we going?
All right. And he kind of nods, and Shay walks over and helps Caladris get out of the chair. And you see she's not walking well. Like she's a lot more feeble looking than when you last left her. And they make their way out of the cavern. And Adris says, "All right. Our weapon supplier's name is Hethra. She is, I'm not going to sugarcoat this. She's not exactly a good person. But finding someone who is willing to supply weaponry to a rebellion into a country that is as dangerous as Lyrandil, they're not exactly lining up at the door. Hence why this is such a problem. We can't exactly go find a new supplier very easily. So we need to find out why she has decided to cease supplying us. And so you'll need to go speak with her and figure out what the problem is, and if you can persuade her to change her mind. And if not, well, I don't know. I'm trusting your judgment to decide the best course. Whether it be working out some new deal with her, or a show of strength, or I don't know. But we're going to have to figure that out. But in any case, we will supply you. You can go by land or sea. Land will take quite a bit longer. Theoretically, might be a bit safer. Or you can go by sea.
Let's go on a boat ride.
I've never been in the ocean before.
Me neither.
It's pretty landlocked, other than marshes.
Where are we heading?
Well, if you're going to by sea, travel westward to Lastport. You could go south to Kess, but it's going to be harder to procure a boat captain who is willing to try and get past the People's Armada, which is going to be a threat. So you're going to have to find a captain who's willing to take chances, who might be willing to be on the wrong side of the law, as it were. So I recommend traveling west, almost straight and a little bit north from here, and I'll tell you where, to reach the coast of Garen and the city of Lastport, and procure a captain from there. And from there, you can sail down to Al Raqqa, and eventually you'll find Hethra on the 7th level of the city of Tiratha.
Oh shit.
And that's where we're going to end tonight.
Is that where you're from?
Yeah.
Like the exact spot where you're from?
Pretty much.
Uh-huh.
And the seventh level is my.
No, the 7th level's high.
Oh no, yeah, I'm from the
You're
first
like
level.
bottom.
Yeah, well, the negative levels.
Yeah. It's 9 high, and 7
Yeah.
is like really high.
Snap.
Question.
You get real in the field.
Is the food issue, would it have been in the same place?
No.
Did he say they were both outside Lyrandil?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. They are, but different places entirely.
Oh, see, we chose the right one, Tara.
Oh, we're going to dive into some stuff next week.
I'm not ready to go home.
Oh, yeah, you are.
I'm not ready.
Oh, yeah, you are.
I'm not ready to return home. Oh my god. I rolled a nat 20, so I don't know if that's a good thing or not.
Means you're ready. You're totally ready.
Am I?
Totally ready. All right. Awesome.
I'm sweating.
You're going to be freaking out all week. I
I'm
love
gonna
it.
be
Wait till next week.
I
2
love
weeks.
Yeah. Well, no, we're here next week. We're not
Yeah.
here the week after.
I thought
It's
next.
30,
Halloween
it's
we're taking
31st.
Halloween we're off.
Oh, okay.
You're a week ahead. Yeah.
I am. I thought. Okay. Yeah, I did get messed up.
Yep.
Yeah. All right. So yeah, whole week of torture for you,
I know that.
and then
I know that.
more after that until we get there.
Fucking hell.
Awesome. All right. So super excited to see where this goes. I mean, I was excited, honestly, either direction you picked.
I'm gonna ask him where the other one's going.
So,
Hopefully.
we will see you guys next week. We won't be streaming the following week after that for Halloween, but
Yeah.
we will be next week. So,
For episode 100.
for episode
Oh, snap!
100.
Honey.
Well, honey.
All right, cool. We will see you guys. Love you guys. Talk to you soon.
Bye. Goodbye.